Will I break everything? Well, the webcam is aimed wrong. So that's a nice start. It's busted. I need a webcam. I need a mic. I'm using the snowball over here. Yeah. I don't have it set up right at all. So that should be fun. My webcam is having a lot of fun. Alright, yeah, you're going to hear my coffee a lot. And I'm going to play some Turf War. That's the plan. My phone's not on silent. You guys probably heard that too. I'm just on a roll right now. Let me turn this bad boy off. It's the heated phone. Trying to get me to play a game that I can't play because my phone dies whenever I play it now. That's a shame. What the heck are the stages? So Camp was one of them. Camp and Moray. Interesting. Interesting. What should we play? Let's just play a bunch of random crap. How about that? Ooh, we could play some Vanilla Blaster. My sister's cat got in the room, and I'm going to have to expel that thing before it ruins everything, so give me a second. Yeah, you know I'm coming for you. Come here. Hi, buddy. What's up? I'm going to have to get rid of it. You can sure stream, though. Say hi to Demon Cat stream. Cat's a jerk. Alright, after like 2 minutes of nothing, we're going to start some gameplay. I'm going to start with Vanilla Blaster. I think it'll be fun. Vanilla Blaster is fun. I've been playing this quick respawn build, but I think I'm going to go with the Moray build. Or actually, you know, let's try something new. Let's try something new. Let's see if this feels nice. Where are my crazy arrows? There we are. This outfit matches, right? I'm sure everybody will love this. Is there a slightly better way to go about this? Let's see. We can go with the bomb range stealth jump shoes, which exist, trust me. I wear them, there's that. Now we need some sub saver on one of these, and we can achieve that with this. That looks way better than the crazy arrows. Let's see how this feels. Let's see how this works out for us. Go to some turf. I'm just concerned if there's enough bomb range on this for Moray Towers, in which case I might... What's going on, Douglas? How you doing? Yeah, I haven't been auto-hosting me for 12 viewers. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm concerned that 4 mains of bomb range might not be enough for my Moray Towers thing, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I haven't really been streaming much lately. I've been taking a break. I plan on ending that break soon. I'm gonna have to start practicing for SNS more or less, which is nice because it'll give incentive for like practice to be had and for me to play with people and stuff, and that's pretty fun. This is a weird comp. A lot of blasters. Get the poison off, see? So that's good. 4 mains might be enough. I'm gonna go help this person out over here. I helped. Oh, my sound's not... My sound setup's different, so I didn't hear the click from me jumping to my teammate there, and it was really weird. Ooh. Okay, well, he's gonna die. And we were in this shit. And hopefully someone will paint our sides of the map at some point. You know what? I guess I'll have to do it because there are a bunch of blasters, and I think they're going to think, oh, everybody else can do it. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, I played some like semi-competitive matches for the first time in a while earlier this week, and I was actually doing pretty good. Every once in a while I would mess something up or hesitate, and my call-outs were shit, like really bad. Because I'm not used to like doing callouts right now. But aside from that, I had a lot of fun, and I did better than I thought I would. I was going back and forth slang and stuff. I sound a little echoey. Yeah, this is the snowball that I have been using, and I don't know how to fucking set this thing up at all. Steal the kill. Yeah, I do not know how to use the snowball at all, so I don't know, there's that. Fuck your path. But yeah, no, the matches were fun. I think I just need a new mic, period. Oh boy. This guy. This guy. Nice. Is the sniper still up here? I don't know what's going on. Oh, that was my teammate. Ooh, get him! Get him! But yeah, I've been taking a break for a while, and I'm trying to definitely get back into competitive, and I do notice a change. Like, I definitely have to. We won this game, by the way. I do have to improve in some ways and stuff like that. But right now, I'm just chilling. I don't even care to try hard. Just want to play. Slowly wake up. My girlfriend's graduate. Hey, that guy was wearing crazy hours. My girlfriend's graduating college today, which is awesome. And she got a job that gives her housing on campus, and I'm moving in right next to campus. And oh, look, the rotation's over. I'm moving in right near campus. My two best friends also live near campus, so like 5-10 minutes away is like all the things that are gonna matter, like my job, my girlfriend, my two best friends, me. It's gonna be really nice. I'll be like a half hour, 40 minutes away from my mom and my sister, and then my sister's gonna move to New York in a little bit. So I'm not that close to my family, but that's okay because I kind of want to go live alone. Like the close proximity is starting to just get to me. All right, urchin and walleye. That is fun. That's fun. Urchin and walleye. We can we can do the build for this that I was doing, which is this build, and this build's fun as hell. Yeah, let's just keep going. Blaster's fun, and this is the build that I've been excited about lately. Just the quick respawn stealth jump, and then with the bomb range and sub saver, it's really nice. I think overall this might be like the best like standard build for this gun. It's really nice. Yeah, I don't know how to stop the echo. Like, maybe I gotta put something behind the mic or do some kind of shield thing. Like, I really don't know. I guess my setup has like this circle of monitors and there's a wall here and stuff, so I can see how that can make things echoey, but whatever. Aside from that, is the sound alright? Like, because right now my regular microphone is getting kind of glitchy. Like, it's definitely starting to show signs of aging, which is a shame because I really like this mic. And I want to get a better mic for like streaming and such, but I don't want one of these stand-on-your-desk microphones. I hate these things. Like, they pick up everything in the room. I can't, like, I'll rock back and forth in my chair and get like animated and stuff, and that just completely fucks up the sound and makes my voice do all kinds of weird, inconsistent shit. And I don't like that. I want a microphone that's good that can stay on my head, because I don't like having stuff on the desktop, like, at all. Like, I don't like it. That was fun. to say, I thought I had teammates there to help me out with that, but oh my god, I was so scared. That was fun. This gun is so much fun. Like, if this comes back in Splat 2 with the same... It doesn't even need the same special. Like, it doesn't need Stingray or whatever. Just this weapon. So I would totally invest into playing this weapon if it comes... If there's a blaster with Disruptor in Splat 2. This is just so much fun. I think it's really good. Like, I think it's really good for slaying. And it's also good for support. It just, it does everything except for paint. Which sounds like the opposite of what I'd like, but I think that I can still get a lot of control. I think I can still get, like, a lot of control and support and all kinds of stuff with it. And, like, I wouldn't play it every match, of course, but I would, like, if I could play, like, this as, like, my slaying weapon and, like, Splatlings as, like, my support weapon, that would be... like, great, actually. But, I don't know, it depends if they even bring back Disruptors, if they give this thing the same kit, if bomb range comes back, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of factors. But as it is now, the quick response stealth jump, like, with the bomb range stuff going on this is, like, really good, I think. Especially if there's no invincibility in Splat 2. Even if this thing gets Stingray, which I don't think would be good, I think it would still be good for this because you could disrupt someone, back up, and Stingray them. So it's like not only can you like hit them around corners and stuff, but if they back up too much, you can just and like it works like that with the Disruptor Whale, but the Disruptor Whale, like people can just walk to the side and live. And I guess like with Stingray, like if you mess up, like you're a sitting duck too, but I feel like with better use of Stingray can get more consistent kills than Killer Whale can, and with good positioning it doesn't really matter anyway. I think that Stingrays, you're going to use it when you know you can, kind of thing. Like if your team earns positioning where you can Stingray without someone just getting up in your face, like if you know everybody is, etc., that's when you can just disrupt someone across the map and Stingray them and open up a situation for your teammates and such. I think that'd be good on Vanilla L3 as well. Bomb range might not come back just because it's not confirmed, you know, like, we don't know. They said certain abilities might not come back. They might reevaluate bomb range and think that it's busted with the new specials and stuff, maybe, and they might, I don't know, they might just get rid of it. Like, the new Bomb Rush has bomb range built in. Like, who knows? Because they said that not all abilities are coming back. Ooh. That's not a good sign. That sucks. Nice, your teammate got some kills. Teammate got a lot of kills. Alright, Cherry. That was weird. What's going on here? I am tired. Yeah, we can't. You can't do that. I'm not even sure what my team's supposed to be. Whoa! That was funny as hell. Aww. You actually can win this. They don't have their base fully painted. We actually might have won that. Strange Approach really disbanded yet. I haven't played competitively in like a month. I played like one pickup scrim yesterday. Alright, let's get the fuck out of that lobby. I was just mashing the trigger because I thought I was gonna die that Kraken. Let's go ahead and use something else. It's Walleye. I'll just keep switching around actually. We got Walleye and we got Urchin, so I think this is good, and I think the version with ink recovery is also good. Another thing, alright, so if this gun comes back, be a real team if I didn't disband it. If this gun comes back with the same kit, as in like it's a splash, it's got suction, and then like the new suction rush, like with the cannon thing, what I would do is I would do 2 Pures of Subsaver and a Pure of Ink Recovery, so I can spam bombs like crazy when I don't have Bomb Rush, and then when I do have Bomb Rush, I get the bomb range suction rush. I mean, of course that'd be map dependent. Some maps I probably want to do this same setup, even though it doesn't help my special at all. Simply because like however the bomb spam works for that map is what you want to do. But I think that this, like without like invincibility supers to just eat up bomb rush, I think that things like suction rush and just bomb spam in general would be like good. Guys are dying. Excuse me. But yeah, like, I think that this gun, being able to spam bombs safely with bomb range is really important on a lot of maps. And if you do like Subsaver or Ink Recovery and you don't do bomb range, like you can't really spam the bombs. And I actually think that all of the fucking splashes that run like, what the fuck is my team comp, by the way? I got two dual squelchers. The whole thing where they run like special duration and special charge is bad. And the reason it's bad is because being able to spam bombs at a long range over time gets you more meter than special charge anyway. And being able to throw multiple bombs at a time also makes your bomb rush last longer. Like, I get 2 extra bombs. I get 2 extra bombs from the sub saver for my bomb rush if I throw 2, do a suction rush, and then throw 2. So I get the benefits of special duration and special charge, but I also get these other benefits of being able to be way safer and spam way more bombs when I don't have my special. Like, it makes a special just about as good, but then when I don't have special, I'm like way better. I think that build's good right there with the double bomb. And bomb range, I also think stealth jump and 3 mains of ink recovery is also pretty good. Oh, level 4. Oh man. Fuck productivity, yeah. Yeah, let me rock the stealth jump version. I think this version's probably better just because it'll fit on more team comps. But where is this? And then this. Yeah, so this version is pretty much a pure bomb range. It's 2 mains of bomb range, 3 mains of ink recovery, and stealth jump. You do this on a quick response stealth jump team. I think, alright, for real, I think that 2 of these things with 2 quick response stealth jump teammates would be, like, ridiculous. You know what I mean? Well, the rapid blast is not coming back on touch because it's not getting bubble. Maybe it'll get suction rush, but I think that this thing just is so much better than rapid blast or deco. Like, regular rapid has uses, but I don't really believe in rapid deco. But yeah, either way, I think that 2 of these, so 2 of these builds that I have right now, ink recovery, bomb range, stealth jump, and then you give this 2 teammates that are like a quick response stealth jump CRB, and I don't know, maybe even a berry or a forge or something like that. You know, the 2 splashes with the bomb rush and painting just to get fucking map, excuse me, to get map control, and then the best 2 fucking slayers you can. Like, maybe even that burp was funny. Maybe even 2 CRBs and 2 of these things. The CRBs have quick response stealth jump. These 2 things have the stealth jump, bomb range, ink recovery. You can just like spam so many bombs because the splashes will be spamming suction bombs all fucking game long, and then the 2 CRBs have splat bombs, which are really good, and then they get Kraken and also kinds of splash damage. Like, that would be an obnoxious fucking team. You would just have to make sure that the 2 splashes are good at getting in their winning their one-on-ones, you know what I mean, and don't get too passive. Like, run around, throw bombs, and, you know, win fights or do well enough in fights with your like ridiculous advantage that you get from all the map control. And maybe even like the 2 CRBs will probably be able to just like do so much bullshit on their own. It'll just be so much splash damage and spam everywhere. You know what I mean? Now, you can't always spam as cleanly with this build as you can with the sub-saver, but you can still output a lot of bombs over time. Like, look at this. Imagine 2 of these things just constantly throwing bombs across the map. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. I think that this is like a legitimate like tool for getting a shitload of map control. And I think this would also work the same in Splat 2. Especially since there's no Krakens to like eat up your bomb rushes. You just have to pretty much just find the 2 best slaying weapons that aren't like really close range. I think also one of these in a Splatling could be pretty nice for getting map control. You get the burst map control through the bomb rushes, and then you get the sustained map control through the Splatling. Especially if there's a Splatling with a good map control special. Go? Alright, good. And I have stealth jump, so I can get back into the fight, like, okay-ishly. I'm gonna jump to these guys. I'm actually gonna go to the right and back up, because there's some beacons over there, and yeah, look at that guy. Also, like, real talk, I think that let a squid in between bombs, just so I'm not staying in one spot for too long. With burst bombs, you actually can throw bombs faster during your bomb rush if you don't go in the squid form, but with suction rush, there's still a delay. So it's just better to stay mobile. Rapid boat with burst bombs would be pretty busted. It's still, I don't know, because it still just has to run so much fucking damage that it doesn't have enough room to make the burst bombs useful outside of like the little cheesy combo. I don't know. But yeah, like also like low key, this thing will also be really fucking good for grinding for gear in Splat 2. Like, I will totally take 3 mains of ink recovery and just keep playing like turf war and fucking just like scrubbing gear. Like if I'm having a day where I don't want to play solo queue, I'll take this thing into turf war with 3 mains of ink recovery and just keep fucking leveling up that gear and scrubbing it. I do think though that because scrubbing takes like 50k gold, you're gonna have to play ranked matches. You won't be able to get away with just playing turf war or anything like that. I mean, it's best to just get a squad and just go in and just like destroy everything for a day, and you'll have like a bunch of scrubs ready. But yeah, this thing gets like a ton of paint. What is it? It's walleye and urchin. Let's do this thing. I'm just kind of gonna go. I'm just gonna kind of go through a bunch of weapons I like playing. I feel like doing a solo or anything like that. My girlfriend's graduating today, which is awesome, and she said she's gonna watch my stream while she's sitting there waiting, so that's cool. The coffee is right the fuck next to my mic, which is right here, like this. The microphone, like hello. So I hope you guys can hear that cup just like really loud. What the fuck is this comp? Okay. Okay. Is that a heavy or a heavy deco? That is a heavy deco, but we do have a... So I think that vanilla heavy is actually really good, and I think that the walls let it match up well versus chargers. And I think that it lets it match up well versus quick response stealth jump because it can just mow down. It can get the map control that works against QR, and it can get the... It can stand behind a wall and just mow down stealth jumpers. Oh, someone else over here. I don't know what's going on. Knew that was happening. Nice. A little bit of a ledge snap there. Fuck. I was going to use that to support my teammate a little bit, but he ended up just getting wrecked, so. But all this ink recovery is nice because you can just get a wall whenever you need one. I think that people that use main saver and sub saver and stuff on vanilla heavy are not doing it right. I think that the ability to abuse walls is what makes this weapon good, and ink recovery is the best way to do that. Ooh, okay, he got me. I could have done something to deal with that, but I thought it was good. Yeah, I think Remix is generally considered to be the best. I think that Heavy Deco, like, I bought this up in the Academy, and like pretty much like Team Olive like was like, no, like Heavy Deco's the only one that's good because it's Kraken. Well, they didn't really say it in that nature, but they pretty much said that like in Japan, like Heavy Deco is the only one that really gets used because Kraken pushes, and I agree the Kraken pushes are pretty sweet. But also at the same time, this thing can push whenever it wants to because of wall. Ooh. Dang, that was unfortunate. We're still gonna win though. I think it's pretty much impossible for them to win. That's good. But yeah, the vanilla heavy can be like aggressive whenever, and the vanilla heavy can also help with pushes. I didn't really demonstrate that well that game, but the ink strike on the vanilla heavy is actually probably like the best ink strike in the game because you have the wall and the range and the average positioning to actually take advantage of it. You know what I mean? So like you're having your walls, you're zoning, getting picks, painting, zoning, getting picks, painting, and you're just doing that with walls, and you're just constantly you just don't die. You're constantly painting, you're constantly pushing people back, etc. And when your teammates push up further than you can handle, you just drop an ink strike right where they're gonna go. I didn't really. The only ink strike I tried to go for was hard for that game, but it works. Like when you're doing it, your team's doing it, and like you're all used to each other doing it. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna go Remix. Where is Remix at? It's always like right the fuck that there it is. And I like main saver on Remix instead of ink recovery because you're waiting forever every time you want to get. Every time you want to get Sprinkler, you gotta wait forever anyway. And, like, you're just outputting so much ink all the time with Remix that Main Saver gets you, like, this much Main Saver gets you, like, 2.5 extra charges or, like, 3.5 extra charges. That gets you a lot more. And because of the way ink recovery works with Splatlings, it doesn't kick in right away anyway. And it's just that, like the wall thing, it's like, I want to get up the wall. At any moment, I want to be able to just, okay, wall. And that's why I like the ink recovery on the Vanilla Heavy. But I'm not doing that with Sprinkler. And Main Saver just helps you output more than ink recovery does if you're just concerned about the main weapon. Which is why I like Main Save better on Remix. And I'm just going to follow this guy around. By the way, 2 remixes on this map's hilarious because you just have like a million sprinklers up all the time and you're just painting all the time and nobody can do anything about it. That's funny. Oh man, that sucks. Get greedy there. Pro might be better? No, I don't think Pro is a better user of Ink Strike. I mean, Pro's a good weapon, but Pro on average is going to be positioned way more aggressively than Vanilla Heavy, and Pro, like, Splat Bombs don't help it sit there and pop up the Ink Strike. Like, you can put up a wall to protect yourself and fire off the Ink Strike, and if people aren't, like, shooting at you, like, super aggressively as it, oh my god, that killed me. If people aren't shooting at you like while the wall's up and like putting like constant hitboxes on it, yeah, this weapon isn't used because Japan doesn't use it. Like, I mean, it's like, it's just, I don't know, I'm kind of tired of making the argument that like, hey, like this game's really young and the scene that plays it don't have like experience with shooters and they're actually relatively small. Just because Japan's better than the people that are competing with them doesn't mean that they're good in like the sense of like games as a whole. Like, Japan isn't... The Japanese Splatoon players aren't the best gamers in the world. Like, they're not, like, infallible. They're not gods. And, like, the meta's changing. Like, even if Japanese players are, like, the best, why is it that the meta changes? Like, won't they just figure out, like, the 20XX right away if they're gods like everybody says they are? Maybe they haven't figured something out yet. And then if, like, someone was predicting that a weapon was going to be good for certain reasons, and then Japan does it for those exact reasons, like, what about all those arguments where they call that person stupid? Like, it's just annoying. My teammate was right there. Yeah, he just walked past me and didn't help. Stuff the carbon there. But yeah, no, it's just, there we go, that's good. Alright, we won that. Hitzel in 2017. But yeah. I think that all three of the heavies are like interchangeable depending on the map and situation, team comp, and stuff like that. No, it's not fuck the meta. It's definitely not fuck the meta. Like, tiers exist and the meta exists and all that kind of stuff. Like the vanilla heavy is definitely not top tier, but I think that for a team comp that's like special, that's like focusing on map control, heavy's a really good like long range option, and you can use all three of them. Like, I think actually that that heavy splatling, vanilla, is actually really good in Rainmaker, which might seem counterintuitive because everybody likes to use the remix to get whale all the time and pop the Rainmaker and stuff, but the vanilla heavy can do that too. And the vanilla heavy can like actually like actively help what Rainmaker pushes so much. Like, the walls are like you can use walls to like brute force the Rainmaker through a place, and like being able to like be really forward and aggressive with like your long range and painting to make room for the Rainmaker, and to just like help the team push up and stuff like that at any time. Not only when you have Kraken, at any time. And like, if the Rainmaker's about to make a push, like if you're not up and being aggressive, like you can just drop an ink strike from the back. It's really nice. Like, I don't know, it's just the vanilla heavy is really, really flexible. And you can do a lot with it. And I just don't think that it gets it really gets quite the I don't really think it gets quite the use that it deserves. And I think that people like I don't know, people see Ink Strike and just think, oh, the weapon's bad because it has Ink Strike, end of story. While like Vanilla Slasher is like almost top tier right now. There's no like official tiers for Splatoon, and I think that like the most fair tier list right now, the best 4 weapons are CRB, Tenatech, Zimmy, and Dynamo, in that order. So those are the top 4. Underneath that, you got like this big like amorphous blob of like the chargers and splatlings that aren't the vanilla long range the long range splatlings and the long range chargers that aren't the vanilla splatlings. So no vanilla Hydra, no vanilla heavy. That it depends on the map, like big time. Like, we're at the point now where every map calls for a different charger or splatling, whatever you want to use. And I think chargers are a little bit above splatlings, but they still belong there, and that kind of like bleeds into like high tier. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not gonna try to pretend that I know that I can like judge the value of that, because they're just used on different maps, and there's matchups, and it's like, you want the charger or splatling. Chargers are a little bit higher than splatlings, maybe, and they just kind of exist. And then you also have I think Grim and Cherry are pretty well proven to be up in top tier. Aside from like those top 4 that are like the highest, the top tier. Underneath that, You kind of have like whatever's left over of those chargers and splatlings, and then you have kind of like the old meta. So you have like the other Dynamo, or you have like Gold Dynamo, you have Luna, you have the gals. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff that used to be top tier that's kind of like fallen out of favor, maybe because it's not as flexible or it doesn't get as much map control, etc. I think they're like in like the kind of like upper high tier. And then you kind of like start going into like the lower high tier or maybe mid tier, where you you have like, I think Vanilla Splash is there. I think a lot of decent Bubble and Kraken and close range weapons belong there. So like you see like Tri-Slasher, Custom Blaster, Octobrush, just stuff like that they're really good. A lot of like really good like invincibility close range weapons and stuff. It's just that like those invincibility close range weapons are really good, but CRB just kind of like shits. CRB is just so good that it just outclasses them, because the CRB does all that crazy close range bullshit and has light depletion Kraken and like the splat bomb and all that stuff, but then it also has like the range to be effective outside. Like all those other weapons like Carbon and Custom Blaster and Luna and stuff like that, like they have that close range, just one shot kill potential, whatever, but then they don't really have the range the same way that the Custom Range Blaster does. So you have all that, and then after that you start to have like niche stuff and a bunch of things. I'm actually gonna go ahead and post the tier list that I posted in Academy. I'll just post it here. This is kind of like an off the top of my head thing. Post this here. I guess I'll put it in the description of the video as well. Oh god, alright, that didn't format at all, but yeah, so like S plus in the order CRB, T-Tech, Zimmy, and Silver Dynamo. Underneath that and like the S kind of like bleeds in with this, but you know, E-Leaders, the non-scalp, the scopes that aren't kelp, Cherry Grim, the non-vanilla range splatlings, then A tier is like 9652, Vanilla Slosher, Luna. Oh yeah, I forgot about Vanilla Slosher. Then like A minus is like Kelp, Carbon, L3D, Gold Dynamo, Berry. Yeah, that sounds right to me. And B plus is Junior Splash, Custom Blaster, Rapid, Octobus Shot. Yeah, so like that kind of stuff. So I think that there was a couple that I forgot to mention, like Berry and Vanilla Slosher and stuff. And I think I said Gold Dynamo is like S rank, but no, I think it's A. I agree with this list, and I think that this is pretty much a fair list. I think that maybe some people wouldn't put Splash up there, but I think that the maps that it's good on is so good that it deserves to be mentioned. And I think that, maybe some people might put like Crack on Roller. They might pick some arbitrary close range weapon to be there. It might move a little bit, but I think that this is pretty well representative of the meta right now. That's me being like as fair as possible. Like I would like to do things like put like Vanilla Splatling up a little bit and stuff like that, but it's just it doesn't really belong as far as like what's actually happening. And that's the thing about a tier list. A tier list is supposed to be a snapshot of the meta and what's actually happening right now, not what potential weapons have. It's like, oh man, there's one guy that I saw that's like really good with this weapon, and like I don't really know if he's done that well in tournaments, but like, yeah, he's totally like really good with it, and like if other people started doing that too, like it would be really good in tournaments. Well, like until other people start doing that too, it's not top tier. You know what I mean? Like someone doing well with a weapon does not mean it's good in a tier. Like a tier is just supposed to be representative of tournaments. And they're not representative of tournaments, but it's representative of what's happening right now. It's like weapons and strategies is like a stock market. You know what I mean? The stocks go up and down. So it's like, what are the stocks like right now? Like if a stock on something is low, but it's good, then that's like potential gain. That means that like, oh, that means that you should be like focusing on practicing that weapon and utilizing it, because you can be on the top of the curve when it gets sent back up. But just sitting there, like sitting on your couch eating popcorn and being like, oh yeah, that weapon should be good, I'm gonna go argue with people on the internet about it. Like, no, that's not like what tier lists are or anything like that. Got a message from But, yeah. I'm playing Remy because I hate myself. This weapon's so bad. Remy is just terrible. I'm, like, afraid that this thing's going to get burst bombs and splat too, and then it's going to have a good special, and I'm going to be like, God damn it, I have to play this thing. Because I won't be able to run bomb range on it. I just won't. Which is going to be obnoxious because I want to play it a certain way. But I don't know, maybe the burst bombs will be good enough to the point where I'll just get good with it and learn it. And you know, like, it's like, that's the thing, right? Like, you like something in a game and you find like how it actually truly has use, as opposed to like I think a good way to look at it, my English teacher told me about, ooh, that guy really risked dying there. My English teacher once told me, like, when it comes to, like, poetic license, because there was a situation in class where some people got points off for something. And, oh boy. Some people got points off for something, and some other people did something, like, really similar and didn't get points off for it. And, oh boy. Some people got points off for something and some people didn't, and it was like, the mistake they made was really similar, and like pretty much he could tell who like knew what they were doing and did it on purpose, and who just didn't know how to write. And pretty much what he said was that, like, in order for you, because like people are like, oh, well, it's poetic license, I can just make this mistake or whatever, and like he pretty much said that like poetic license means, like, in order for you to actually be able to like wield poetic license, you have to understand the rules. And you have to understand what's proven to be right and what's been proven to be correct and what is like widely considered to be correct, to the point where you can purposely make the mistakes, where you take what's like proven to be right and correct and combine it with what you believe in or what you like, and that's how you be successful doing what you want to do. And I think it works the same way with tiers in video games, where it's like you have to understand the meta. You know what I mean? You have to understand what's good and what's been proven to be good. And once you understand that, then you can start to like use what you want and use what you want to use. You know what I mean? What you believe in, what you think is good. It's just, you can't just sit there and just decide like, I play this and it, like, I don't care about anything else. Like, that's how like people, like, you might get good at that weapon if you decide that you're just gonna play that weapon and play nothing else, and you're gonna like stubbornly say, oh, the real way is like, the meta's stupid, I'm gonna be a hipster and play some other weapon. Like, that's not how it works. Like, you can still play your weapon and get really good at it, but you have to like have an open mind and play the game for what it is and not what you want it to be, to the point where like you can take what you want to do and find a way to make it work. I don't know if that quite makes sense, but I could see something where like I really like, yeah, learn the meta and then fuck it. So it's like, if I really want to use like bomb range or burst bombs and stuff, and in Splatoon 2 it just isn't the same, like that's when I'll like accept reality and look at the stuff that I do. Like, okay, like what is it about the bomb range stuff do I like? Do I like burst bombs themselves and disruptors themselves? Do I like the bomb range aspect? Like, because I think personally what I really like is, what I think like really fits my playstyle is having long range option and close range options at all times. That sucked. I'm gonna play one more match with the Remy because that ended like that. But yeah, like I like having like the close range weapon that has like the long range options. So like I might gravitate towards something that's similar, which is why I'm starting to like the heavies, because if bomb range stuff and burst bomb and disruptor weapons like just don't work, or etc., I can go with heavy because they have the close range potential and the long range potential. But then also I might find that like I still like the close range weapons, and I can still use like the burst bombs or disruptors or whatever without bomb range or just whatever, and like I could start learning like maybe I will end up playing Remy and Splat 2 with just like some damage and run speed. I won't focus on any kind of ink efficiency or any kind of bomb range or whatever, and I'll learn to like everything there is to know about like the burst bombs and how to like predict people with it, use the splash damage, etc., and finish off kills. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? There's kind of like a long rant, but my point is that like, I hate this thing now, but in Splat 2, if it ends up being that, like, this is the best version of all the stuff that I like, and it's good for weapons that I don't quite like, well, then I'll learn it anyway, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be all hipster about it. I don't know, hopefully that makes sense, because I'm just kind of ranting at this point. That being said, I can't imagine this thing being good because this thing is so fucking gear dependent. Like, what the fuck's with my hair? This thing is so gear dependent. Like, if I, like, I need all this damage and I need all this run speed. And, like, all this sub-saver and stuff, like, you already have to give up stuff this weapon needs just to fit it all in one gear set. So giving up more just seems asinine. And like the reason this weapon's bad, like this set's not that bad right now. It would be slightly better with a different special, because right now like you need bomb range to make burst rush good, but you need to get rid of bomb range to make the weapon itself good. So like if it had a different special that didn't require bomb range, that would actually be pretty nice, because it wouldn't have the same weakness, but at the same time like the gear dependency is literally all of the build. Like, 100% of what this weapon can even do is gear dependent. So, like, if this weapon has a different special in Splat 2 and I can use this build that I have right now, I have zero flexibility to, like, move with the meta. Whereas, like, Zimmy, it isn't really that gear dependent at all. Like, I only need a little bit of run speed and a little bit of bomb range to do what I want to do. So I have, like, the flexibility to run other stuff. Like, I'll run quick response stealth jump with Zimmy, or I'll run like ink resist and swim speed if I have to, or I'll run special duration, or just like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and then sometimes I won't even run the bomb range. This thing doesn't have that flexibility, so it's like if it's good when the game comes out, like there's no telling that it's like a bad investment, because if the environment changes, if the meta changes, I won't be able to adapt really. I'll have to adapt with how the weapon plays, yeah, and like you have to do that anyway, but it's just like you're less likely to be able to play the weapon that you want to play, because if the meta changes in certain ways, then you're just done. That was a little rough right there. We were forced to kind of go in right there, unfortunately. And then my teammate lost his 1v1 to my left, so yep, gonna get around the corners fast enough. So that sucks. But yeah. Hopefully that rant wasn't stupid. Fuck Remy. Does my camera need to be, like, focused or anything like that? Like, I don't know if that's any better. My camera, like, freezes every couple seconds anyway. I kind of want to get some more coffee, and I kind of want to play this fucking weapon anymore. So, I don't know. Give me a moment. I'm gonna real quick just grab some coffee. Sorry about that. I now have 2 cups of coffee over here. One empty one and one full one because I didn't clean up after myself. Let's not play this weapon anymore. I'm just going to play my main build. Yeah. Something that I should have talked about at the beginning of the episode, and I'm going to talk about it the next time I stream. I'm going to start with it, which will probably be tomorrow morning. 2 things that I want to talk about. The first is that my work schedule is going to change over the summer. I'm going to have to go in earlier, but I get Fridays off, which means 2 things. It means that my weekends I'm going to be able to grind like crazy, especially when Splat 2 comes out. Like, it's just going to be awesome, and I can take a break at work and I can play there and stuff, etc. Excuse me. So weekends are going to be great. And I can play while I'm at work during my break, but I can't stream. And streaming in the mornings is going to be annoying because I have to be in the work earlier. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do at least 3 coffee streams with at least once... Ooh, damn. I didn't make it around the corner. I want to do 3 coffee streams a week with at least 1 being on a weekday. But I'm not really going to be able to stream on weekdays. I'll be able to get up and just grab my Switch or whatever and just play a few Turf War matches as part of my morning routine. But I won't be able to stream, and I'll be able to play at work, but I won't be able to stream. But I'm going to try to have like 1 day a week where I go to sleep early. You know what's going on right now. Oh, no, I can't use the dock at work. There's no TVs. I have to play in like I have like a stand, and I have a converter where I can plug in an Ethernet cord at the cafe. But I'm not bringing a monitor to work. Like, they have TVs, but they're not. I'm not playing on those. They suck. But yeah, the goal is to right now the goal is to get Bubble and just rush this guy. The goal is to have at least 1 coffee stream a week that's on a weekday, and whatever I can on the weekends. As far as I hit the bubble button too, and I have like, I don't even want to be in this lobby. Let's not waste my time in there. Yeah, so I'll just wake up late and do a coffee stream on the weekdays, and then the weekends it'll just depend, because if I'm like staying at a friend's house or something like that, like obviously I'm not going to be streaming if I'm staying at a friend's house and stuff like that. So it'll just kind of depend on that. And when I move into my own place, I'll be 40 minutes closer to my job. So in theory, I could stream more, but I would rather use that to just get to work earlier and be able to leave earlier, because I think that's just good for me at my workplace. I don't want to use the fact that I'm closer to my job to leave later. Like, I think that's a bad idea. But we'll see. And another thing that I want to, yeah, there's no way I can do anything like that, Douglas. Like, I have to walk all the way across campus and set it up in the cafe, because there's only 1 spot that has wired internet that doesn't block gaming. And that means that I have to haul around my monitor back and forth every single day, and I'd have to hook it up and plug it in and ask people to move and all this stuff. Like, I'm just going to play in mobile mode because I don't have time, and I don't want to be carrying around my monitor like that all the time. That's bad. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about is I do want to do more commentary stuff on my channel. I didn't really like doing the commentary practice stuff that I was doing, just because, like, I don't know, it was just kind of awkward just sitting there commentating some random shit. I don't know, like, it kind of felt like almost like trying too hard in solo queue as opposed to a tournament, maybe. I don't know, I have to like reevaluate that like commentary practice stream. Like, I kind of want to do this privately because, like, sometimes I just want to sit there and think. Like, I'm trying to practice commentary. I'm not trying to... I don't know. It's weird. But I still want to get some stuff like that on the channel. So I might just do the commentary stuff in YouTube video form and not do it in stream form. If that makes sense. Where I'll just put up, like, a game that was commentated. Like, that's clipped from my session of doing commentary. And then do the criticism and stuff myself because... I don't know. It was just, like, awkward putting it up there. And, like, it didn't feel like any kind of a... It didn't feel like any kind of a like a finished product or a quality product or something that I wanted up there. It was just me kind of like fucking around and grinding, and it was kind of awkward. So I think that my commentary stuff I'll record and release, and I think that it actually might be pretty good to record the commentary stuff and then release it in the morning. So I'm still offering content in the mornings for people to listen to and stuff like they do with my coffees currently. I'm just not going to record them in the morning. So I don't know. I feel like that is the course of action that I'm most comfortable with. This guy's sneaking up again. I'm just gonna have to camp this spot just because that splash. Damn, that sucks. And then we lose. Alright, fun. Yeah, no, the way my school does it is they block gaming on campus but not in the dorms. I don't have access to the dorms. And but in the social areas, wired connections work for gaming, but it's only really available in one spot. Which isn't a problem. I mean, like, I don't mind. Like, I love taking my Switch to work and I can just sit down at a table all nice and quiet and just put on the table and start playing Zelda or something like that. And it's going to be pretty much the same with Splat, except I'm going to have to be around people, which I kind of foresee me and my girlfriend trying to have just like a private conversation while like I kind of mindlessly play Splatoon. And people are going to keep like walking up and like interrupting our conversation, so that'll be a little bit awkward when it's like that. But yeah, it's really nice because I have the Hori stand, and I have a case that holds the Hori stand and like an Ethernet adapter and like all like charger and all the accessories and stuff. And then I have the case for the Switch, and I have a case for my Pro controller, and it all just fits really nicely in my backpack. So I just real quick to show them, I just take it everywhere. And the only thing, like, my whole home setup is here, and all I gotta do is take the Switch itself and put it in the case and just pick up my book bag and walk around. So it's just like I have my whole gaming setup with me anywhere, and I can just sit down and play it. I just have to go to a specific spot on campus to play it on campus. And that lobby sucked. What do I even want to play? What's another good weapon that has a lethal bomb that I could put double bomb on? I could do it with 10 attack, actually. Let's do that. I could do it with this thing, but nah, I'd rather do it with 10 attack. So let's do this. We'll do this. Yeah. They do that on purpose. That enterprise login. That's why my university can't do it too. Because you need username and password, and not just a password. And that it's purposely done like that. Which I think it's dumb that the Switch doesn't have that, but actually, like no gaming consoles have that. But you can bring up the unlike your phone or something, you can bring up the hey, what's going on, Big Potato? You can bring up the web browser login where you can type in username and password, and that works. But that login specifically blocks gaming on my college network, but not on wired connections because they use it's just set up differently, and that's intentional. No way around it. They won't change it for me. I kind of wish I had the stealth jump build. My team comp is really bad, but we have a splash, and hopefully we can throw enough bombs to do something. It's just like the other weapons don't have any range, so... I thought that was an enemy, but that was just my dead teammate. I don't want to be in this lobby either. Man, these lobbies are sucking. I just don't want to... Is that my phone? Or was that... What was that? There's some kind of vibration. No, they do that because they just don't want people walking around campus playing games, which I don't understand. Like, I don't know, they just don't want them playing gaming in the classroom or something. Like, I don't know, that's weird. Doesn't really make sense to me, but I can't do much about that. But, yeah, no, they do that just because they don't want students doing it. Which, I don't know, I still think is pretty dumb. Because they let you do it on the dorms. And you can, like, register MAC addresses and stuff, and it doesn't matter what you want to use online, you can just use it. So it's just, like, it just sucks for commuters. It sucks for commuters and employees because they're, like, not allowed to game and stuff. Teammates will eventually show up in the middle of the map. Eventually. Guy. Nice. Alright. These bombs, man. Bomb spam is, like, good. Like, for real? Ooh, man. So I just realized they have 2 fucking chargers. Oh, nice little ninja swim there was pretty clean, I think. I really hope that there's no penalty for quitting in Turf War and Splat 2 because I don't know, I think that quitting is like a player's like basic right in an online game. Like if you're forced into a lobby that sucks ass, you should be able to leave it. And alright, in like solo queue I understand, but in team queue, if like, and this doesn't really apply to Splatoon, but like I've played like MOBAs and stuff where like you can get stuck into these half-hour long just fucking torture sessions where, like, if your entire team just wants to leave, you can't even vote to leave. Like, they have, like, a voting system where you can vote to leave, and you as a team can't just vote to leave. Like, who are you... If everyone in your party wants to leave, why do they have to, like, wait for 20 minutes to pass or some shit like that? Like, that's so stupid to me. It doesn't make any sense that you'd, like, force people to go through that. Nice. I don't know. Just random rant from me. And I think that like really only applies to like MOBAs and stuff. It's just that like I could see if they made like some big thing where like, oh, if you like quit too much, like you can't play online for 15 minutes or some dumb shit, like I would not be happy with that. Because just sometimes like a lobby, like I don't know, and I just know that like I'll get like upset when I'm playing like by myself and stuff like that. So if a lobby's bad, I just want to get out. Like don't force me to stay there and suffer. But I mean, I can see how like it's not that nice in solo queue, but I don't know. Hopefully, they give you more gold and stuff for playing Turf War in Splat 2, so I can just play Turf War and not worry about all that shit. Like, because Turf War is so chill compared to solo queue, and I enjoy it. Let's see here. What do I want to play? Ooh, let's try this build. Play Bucket. I don't know. I was thinking about Bucket, but Bucket's not really that fun for me. Let's play this, I'll play Bucket next game. This build's fun. I don't know if this is the best maps for this, but whatever. Yeah, I don't like torturing myself in solo. Because I don't want to grind in solo for leveling up gear to scrub and stuff, because that means that I have to, like, I can like mentally just force myself to not care about winning in solo and just play, but if the whole fucking point is that I have to care about winning to grind gear and stuff, like that makes it like twice as worse, you know what I mean? Like I don't think I ever want to scrub grind gear for scrubbing in solo and Splat 2. Like that just sounds fucking horrible. Like not only do I have to like deal with the frustrations of playing solo and not having fun and all that stuff, but on top of it all I have to actually care about winning, because like it's not like, oh yeah, just don't care about rank. It's like the entire reason I'm here is to level up my gear for scrubbing, and like people on my team are making me lose, like, and I have to put myself at a disadvantage by leveling up gear. Like that just does not sound fun at all. Like I'll do that in squads, especially like early on in the game's life. It's gonna be so easy to just shit on kids and just make so much money. But like when I play by myself, like I just really hope that Turf War gets you comparable money to playing solo, because I really don't want to have to rely on strangers to level up my gear. And like if that's how it ends up being, then as in like if that's how it ends up being, as in like Turf War can make you a decent amount of money, then that's good. Like I'm happy with that. See how much spam that, like that's so good. Like all that ink recovery and sub saver, you can just throw so many bombs. That's good. I should try with a little bit of on range. When I play Bucket, I'll try something slightly different. There'll be 2 subs less of ink recovery, but I think it'll be good. I think that's also good for carbon as well. Yeah, exactly. So I really do hope that it ends up working out like that. Now, that all being said, the most efficient way to level your gear is to just party up with players that are good and just play squads and just keep leveling up your gear. Like, that'll be fine. That'll be fun. Like, especially when the game first comes out, like, the higher ranks are going to be polluted with so many bad teams that you're going to be able to just play squads, and that's probably going to be the best way. But I still would like to, like, you know, like on my break, just play some turf and stuff. If Salmon Run levels gear, that's a thing too. That is a good point. And they kind of they said something about it being fresh, so I don't know, maybe there's some other kind of system going on for gear, or it gives you free shards or what, like I don't know. It could be like the equivalent of snails, where it's just like it's one free action, so it's like you can scrub for free with the things that you get from Salmon Run, and then there's gonna be like Splatfest and stuff too, and I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it's just it results in a good experience for leveling up gear. Let's try the build that I wanted to try. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I was gonna try this. I think I have an ink recovery with 2 subs of damage somewhere. Do I? No. Is this? Which I could use that as well. What's going on, Andrew? Maybe I didn't. Well, I'm sure that I just used the sub saver. But this is bugging me. I thought I had an ink recovery damage shirt with 2 subs of damage, because I was like running like really specific builds with this before. Maybe it's not on this account or something. I don't know. Sorry, let me just look through again. I suppose I was wearing this with all the ink recovery, but I don't know. 3 mains of ink recovery, some sub saver in that. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Whatever, let's try this out. See how it feels on Bucket. If you keep your rank low and all the games are easy, then you don't get as much, and you might as well just play Turf War, but I don't know. You could do that. You could just disconnect from a bunch of games at a time to get your rank down, and then just plow through fucking lower level solo queue to level up really quickly. That's probably actually the best way to do it, which is fucking sad. But I don't know. I just hope that they make it so Turf War levels you up really fast. Because the way it works now, like, yeah, you can get some extra points in Turf War, but you still have to win, so you still have to fucking rely on strangers to level your gear, and I don't know, it's just, they have to realize that it's going to be not fun. Defense. What's going on, Andrea? I gotta learn how to actually get the more damaging sloshes more often, because I don't think that my lack of kills are from the burst bombs not being directs. I kind of like this build. I'm kind of digging this. Not gonna lie, this is really fun. Nice. Do I think voice chat is needed? I mean, voice chat in private lobbies. If you just go into a private lobby, and you can hear your teammates and hear everybody else in the lobby otherwise, that's going to be really good for, like, making customs happen more often, but this build was actually pretty fun. I want to try this with, what do I want to try this with, actually? And I suppose I could try it with, like... Try with L3D? You know what, let's try L3D. I've never tried to build like this with L3D. I felt like I definitely was able to output bombs over time really well with that. So let's try this. But yeah, I think that a really important change that the community needs to make is the community needs to play more customs. And by customs, I mean, like, in traditional games, like, private lobbies are just called customs. And, like, in this scene, when you go play privates, it's like everybody's in the same voice chat, everybody's fucking around, nobody's trying, it doesn't resemble competitive play at all. And in, like, traditional shooters, like, you go play some privates, and it's like people on opposite teams trying really hard, treating it like a scrim, you know, practicing and stuff. And we need to do more of that. And I don't know exactly what the best way is to get the community to do that. I think that the splat ladder is going to help, but I think it's more of like a cultural thing. I think that people need to understand, and we need to make like an effort to. You need to make an effort to get the community doing that kind of stuff. That sucks. Someone else just hopped in there. No, my teammates following me. Oh, we need to make like steps to get the community. Why did he jump out? We need to make some effort to get the community to get in the habit of doing that kind of stuff early and embed it in the culture. Even if that means getting more like making like pickup scrims a thing. At least it's something. The problem with pickup scrims though is that like it's bad for the community in that you have to have a team of 4. Oh man, that sucks. You have to have a team of 4 to be able to do it. Like, someone who's new to the scene can't get into Splatoon because they have to find 3 people that are gonna play often. Like, they have to, like, marry themselves to a team to even start. And it's stupid. Whereas in, like, in other competitive shooters, you just get on and play. You know what I mean? Also, by the way, I don't think that this build is worse than the Slosher build. I think that just my teammates are worse. And again, that would have been a wrap with the Slosher, so... If the vanilla Slosher gets burst bombs in a better special in Splat 2, I could see me playing that. Like, that's pretty fun. Because this shit builds so much meter. Oh. Oh, come on. I hit him with a burst bomb in 2 bursts. That happens sometimes with this weapon, too. So, I don't know. Like, I know what the math is. I know that any burst bomb plus all those hit markers is a kill. But no. Yeah, no, that slasher action was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Could be good with Carbon too. We can try Carbon. I don't know. I think that in the end, it's going to be up to the community to get everything working well. I think that it's really important that we stick with the same selection of picking of maps where it's like it's just the tournament. The TOs use a random number generator and then they tweak the results so it's not stupid to get like all the maps and game types played spread as evenly as possible. I think that the fact that we play Salt Spray in tournament is I'm probably gonna keep leaving Frank. I think the fact that we play Salt Spray in tournament is a way better alternative than us only playing like 4 maps, which is what would happen if we let like all the scrubs like just ban all the maps that it didn't like early on, because there's a lot of maps that we didn't like early on, like I don't know, like fucking all of them that ended up being really good. And yeah, I feel like if we had let people take over with like, oh, we gotta make, that's what happens in CSGO picks and bans anyway. What, where there's like 3 maps that they play and that's it. But yeah, like it's just important, just rotate all the rank modes, rotate all the maps, make all tournaments like that. It's simple, it's close to the regular experience with the rotations and stuff, like it's what people are used to, and it keeps the meta healthy. And just like support tournaments and like cast stuff. Like I don't know, it's just it's not like too complicated. Like I think the tournament scene needs to be active. The tournament scene needs to be really active and out there and stuff. And yeah, what the fuck was my sentence going? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are just gonna use the same like 3 maps, and there's so many good matches and so many good shit that happens on all these maps that otherwise would have like never gotten picked. And it's just kind of sad. So just no picks and bans, no banning weapons, no anything like that. Just cycle through all the maps and game types, broadcast everything. Like, I do feel like there's got to be something to communicate the competitive scene to the outside world. I think that some kind of like, that if like the top TOs, like if we have like Endgame and Ink TV and stuff like that, being like the big TOs, then we have small TOs, and then we have like Nintendo. What we need to do is we need to get some kind of like almost like reporting structure going on, where it's like maybe the biggest community TO, the biggest grassroots community TOs need to come together to make some kind of like media outlet to say what's going on with like all tournaments, and like don't be like biased with just like your tournaments, like report everything equally. Because like the problem is that like if Nintendo tournaments get big or something like that, they're never going to report on community tournaments. Like a TO, like a commentator might like mention something every once in a while. What is with this lobby anyway? Wow, that was laggy. You saw that shit? I was gonna say, like, how'd that guy not die? But he did die. Man, that little cranny saved him. Yeah, Black Belly. I'd rather there be Black Belly. I don't even know what Play Splatoon is. I'd rather we play Black Belly Rainmaker than play 3 maps because there's not an alternative. There's no in between. There's no we'll just ban the maps that we know 2 years from now won't be that good. Just 1 or 2 of them, and then we'll leave everything else. Like that's not how it works. Like if you let anything get banned, everything gets fucking banned. Oh, Play Splatoon is FLC's. Oh, so that's the fucking name he went with. Gotcha. That is true. I feel like some kind of public image that some kind of like well-run media outlet that gives like a good public image to the competitive Splatoon community, has like rankings and stuff, has like shows off like the players and stuff, and shows what's going on. Because like right now, like you just get like Twitter drama that spreads, and like people will like privately share like stuff in Discords. But like if there's a way to just get that stuff out there, for like the bigger TOs to come together and provide information about everything, like so like the Play Splatoon thing is like a really good idea. I think like just FLC's thing has a lot of potential. The ladder has a lot of potential. Like if we can just bring that stuff together, in the form of like whatever popular media that we can get, like I think that has a lot of potential. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but I don't know. I think that if we hit the ground running and get tournaments being watched and get like an actual narrative going on, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, the whole point of like the random map, it's like if you fucking do the generator and Black Belly Rainmaker, if there's just something that like the community doesn't like gets into like grand finals, just fucking swap it out. Like put it somewhere else in the tournament. Like even nowadays, like it's just so stupid because like people that make the map lists, like they want to throw it in there because they think it's funny. Like this is hype. Like yeah, but it's like just keep it out of like grand finals. And like when the game is like so many years old, like maybe start banning stuff. But I'd rather just move some stuff out of grand finals. That way, like it still gets played, but we can move it out of grand finals from now. Because like if over time it's like, oh man, this map that we thought was bad, now everybody plays it and it's really good, then we can stop doing that. But I feel like that keeps the quality of the tournaments up, but it doesn't ban shit. But when TOs like keep putting Black Belly Rainmaker and fucking Salt Spray Zones in grand finals because it's like, oh man, hype or whatever, like then it's like, okay, like this is a problem. I'm gonna be dumb. Gonna be dumb. Gonna be really dumb. Gonna be stupid. Where are you? There you are. Haven't done this in a while. I don't know, because but the thing is, Frank, if you start banning shit, it's always wrong, and people just argue about it. Like, you go into a Halo forum, you can't fucking talk about anything without people bitching about settings and maps, and like, if this Forge map should be in the game. You go into like Smash, you can't talk about Smash without people bitching about items. You can't go into a Pokemon stream without people bitching about VGC and Smogon having these huge flame wars. Like, we don't have anything like that. Like, the way the game is by default is really, really, really good, and just playing everything is really, really, really good, and everybody's really, really happy, and like it's not worth like fucking destroying the community for like a 1% like increase in the quality of tournament gameplay, in your opinion. Like, oh, I think this map is bad kind of thing. Like, it's just like, it's still opinion. I don't know, it's just like, it's just so not worth it. fuck is my team? Ah, damn, couldn't go there in time. Like, what are they doing? They're just, like, in the base. Are we just getting zoned out that hard? I don't get it. No, this build's cheesy as shit. This build is not good. I just think it's fun. But that has nothing to do with how fucking non-existent my team is. Which is sad, because I want to be able to do it. How am I not... What the fuck? I clicked on the beacon. It made the noise. And then didn't, like, operate. Like, what the fuck is happening? I don't agree with that at all, Frank. Like, I don't... Like, you just play the game. Like, you learn everything, and you learn everything one at a time. Like... There's fighting games with like 50 fucking characters. You know how many matchups that is? Like, and like matchups in a fighting game are like way more knowledge intensive than matchups are in this game. And people do fine. And then if you just boil it down to like 3 game types, then like everybody just learns those 3 game types, and it's just like really boring, the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, you're sorry, my bad. I thought you were talking about just in general. Yeah, like, I think that map lists should be made available ahead of time. Like, it's dumb that they're not. Like, you don't need to know how many people signed up for your tournaments. Marvel? Marvel has, like, all the characters used at a high level, pretty much. There's, like, what, 58 characters in that game, and, like, 4 of them are just not viable. Even so, some like people will show up to tournaments with like some of those characters and just destroy everybody because nobody knows how to fight them. But yeah, like map lists should be published ahead of time. All right, here's another thing. Here's another thing that I think should apply to this. I think that tournaments, I think that like the Splatoon community in general should come together and start a tournament rotation. Where, and I'll explain why I think this in a second. So they should establish a tournament rotation. It's not like this is required of tournaments, but it's like if the big tournaments come together and do it and suggest that small tournaments do it, and the small tournaments like can and can't do it if they want to, I think it'll work out. Because pretty much what you do is the big TOs come together and establish like a tournament rotation system where it's just random. You just randomly throw the maps in, or maybe you just do it in alphabetical order, or like the order that they appear in the map selection menu, like whatever. Every week, so you pick 5 maps, and that's your weekly tournament rotation. And every week you chop the first 2 off, and you add 2 new ones from further down the list. Like you make a big list, you know what I mean? Like you randomize the list, and from the very start of it, you can see what the list is going to be in order. That order is always like that, and you pick the first 2, you chop off every week. You chop off 2, you add 2 more, and it all shifts. And then next week you chop off 2, you add 2 more, and it shifts. And what that does is it's kind of similar to like the Ludi like weekly map list thing, where everybody practices the Ludi maps. But you do it for like tournaments too. So every week you practice the maps, and it changes over time. So every week, like or you could do like 3 maps instead of 2, like whatever. This is an arbitrary number, or maybe just every week it's just a completely randomized list. But the way it works is, so like every week you're practicing. You have the same stuff that you're practicing, so people know what to practice. They can really focus on it. The meta can develop on those maps, and then over time it slowly changes. So there's new maps being added every week, so it's like new and exciting and stuff like that. But then also some of the older maps are being kept every week, so that like that meta kind of persists a little bit over time. And then once you get to the end of the list, you re-randomize it. You throw in any of the maps that like were involved with like DLC or stuff like that, and you just do it again. And I think that that would be a really good way to kind of accomplish to accomplish a couple things. It would make it so people's problem with there being too much in the game to practice would kind of go away, because you could focus your practice all the time. But it would also allow for everything to be played in tournaments, because everything would be played in tournaments. Like you're not banning anything that way. There's no permanent bans, because once you permanently ban something, that's when everything just goes to shit. Because once you ban something, then you can ban something else, and you can ban something else, and you can ban something else, and now everything's fucking banned, and no one fucking agrees with what should be banned. Everywhere you go, it's just a big fucking heated argument where everybody's calling each other the retards and stuff like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think that's a good way to do it, to have, like, the big TOs be like, hey, here's a tournament rotation for this week. If you're a TO and you want to run a tournament, cycle through these maps throughout your tournament. So it's like, it's the same thing where it's splat zones, it's splat zones, tower control, rainmaker, whatever it happens to be. Probably when the game comes out, it'll all just be splat zones for a little bit. You just, you rotate the 3 game types every round, and you randomize the maps. You cycle the maps every round. Like, I think that would be fine. And if you decide not to, you can totally just do a random map list one. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we suggest as, like, the big tournament guys. Either randomize either all the maps in the game while you cycle game types. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Big tournaments, the Prestige should post their... Yeah, exactly. Should post that stuff. And I think that if you just... Yeah, and like not for a whole season, for like a week. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Like you can either slowly change the map list over time, or you can like for like a week you pick these 5 maps, and then the next week you pick another random 5 maps until you went through all the maps and you restart again. That's probably better. You know what I mean? Like a weekly meta, as opposed to like almost like a monthly meta as you slowly move through the maps. But as long as you post it ahead of time and you see what the schedule is going to be like for each like season, like I think that that's really good, and I think that if you do something like that where you, let's say that there's like 10 maps in the game when the game launches, then you can do 5 maps one week and 5 maps the next week. Do that. And then for the 3rd week, completely random everything. So it's like the season you have where you go through the maps slowly through the season. You can do that. And then at the end, you do like a everything map, and like that's when you have like a major of some sort, you know what I mean, where it's like all the maps, and then you start over again where you slowly go through the maps, and then at the end you do a major. I think that that's a good way to do it. And you would have to make sure you go through all the maps, make sure it's in like an arbitrary order of some sort, and then like when DLC maps like come out, like deal with that. I don't know. I think that and then of course smaller tournaments can decide not to do that if they want to, but the prestige and everything of the larger tournaments will like have that influence. And as long as you're making sure to like say like, hey, we're not banning anything, we're just we're doing like a weekly map rotation so that teams can have a more teams know what to practice, and there's like more sense of like accomplishment and purpose and stuff like that. I think that would be great. And also if we do the ladder, you could also implement the weekly rotations into the ladder too. Like that's a thing, so you have like the ladder and tournaments and stuff. The only thing that I foresee being a problem with that is if people just don't happen to like the weekly rotation or something, they might kind of rebel against it. But I don't know. It's a thought. That or just keep it everything, because I think that there being a lot to the game, a lot to learn in the game is a good thing, because there's always like innovation and stuff. Then again, having that weekly rotation means that like if you have innovation with a certain game type, you're going to play it every set, or a certain map, you're going to play it every tournament. So it's I don't know. Let's play something here. Dude, let's do that vanilla slosher build again. That was really nice. I like that a lot. Hey, hopefully in Splat 2, quick respawn stealth jump gets nerfed to the point where I can just run this and not have it be bad. They get tricked into playing Insidia. Yeah, I think though if it's like, I think that the best solution for like a tournament rotation like that would be to actually handpick the maps and see what the community favorites are and make sure that like each part of the tournament rotation has some community favorites mixed in there. That way you don't get stuck with a week of forcing tournament players to play stuff they don't like. At the same time, I think like that could make it look like bias because it's supposed to be completely arbitrary. But I don't know. I think if that's well communicated, it could work. I might write something like this up, present it to the big tournament guys, and see how they like it. And I don't know, because I do think that the Ludi map rotations have a good effect on the community. Like players know what to, like teams know what to practice. It's really good to get like focus scrims and people improve and stuff like that. I think that the what results from Ludi rotations is really positive. And I think like if we can get those benefits of playing Ludi without like the negatives of it being like really stressful for teams and being tight on schedules and lowering tournament participation and just being really fucking demoralizing when you're forced to keep playing Ludi when you're not doing good, like that breaks up teams. Like we don't want to be doing stuff that's like breaking up teams actively. Like, but it is also good for lower level teams. Which is why I like the if the ladder match makes properly, that can also that happens all in a day. Yeah, that'd be nice. Or in a week or something. I don't know. Like I just don't think leagues are. It's just I learned my lesson. I'm never playing in Ludi again, like ever. I just don't. If I'm on a team and they want to do it, like don't put me on the roster, and don't be surprised when I sub in for other teams because every time I've played in Ludi, it's broken up the team. Like teams that I care about. And it's so stressful and it just fucking hurts your confidence as a player, so it's just bad. Like, unless you're winning every single match in the landslide, Ludi sucks. Fucking dick to play. And it's good for low-level teams because they can actually play teams that are of their skill level and it's more fun for them. But there are ways to do that that don't like fucking break up the whole scene. What the fuck is going on right now? Got people like in their spawn being Mario while we're being spawn camped. This lobby sucks. Yeah, I just think that I'm just never gonna play in a league again. Like, I just know that it's a bad idea. And just hopefully the ladder just replaces it. If the ladder does a good enough job that nobody wants to do that shit anymore, then we'll be in like that fucking. I mean, like ESPL. I don't mind like something like ESPL where it's like the top teams doing that kind of thing. It's just that like there's a big band, like all the tournament players except for like the best team in the scene is harmed by those leagues, big time, like undeniably so. And I just hope that the ladder gets so popular to the point where Ludi's irrelevant. And you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, if it still sticks around, because like the the people that run Ludi are just like insistent that it stays, I'm just not going to have anything to do with it. I might commentate it, but if I'm on a team, I'm telling them, I will never play in any kind of like Ludi match or anything like that. I will never play, don't ask me to play. Don't expect me to be happy if everybody else plays and we don't play in tournaments. And if that's a problem, then I'll leave the team, because it's gonna happen anyway. I'd rather do it painlessly and go move on with the group people that are in it for a higher cause than feeling like they have to play Ludi, than fucking build up everything and then just have them break up again. The thing that's bad about Ludi in a nutshell is it takes for fucking ever. And every single weekend, you have to fucking abandon your tournaments and play in these matches. And the thing about playing tournaments is you play through tournaments, you play a bunch of matches, you eventually lose. It's fun. Ludi matches, as soon as you lose one, it turns into this big 2 to 3 month long just stress period where competitive Splatoon fucking sucks ass. Yeah, I have been hurt, but it's happened to a lot of teams. Teams break up because Ludi stresses them out. All the teams that don't do really well in Ludi break up. It happens. At a higher level. At a lower level, all the lower level teams finally get a chance to not just lose round one in tournaments, and they like it more. But higher level teams, they only play the hardest matchups possible, and if they don't win, it fucking sucks. Because you go through 2 months of all your only competitive Splatoon experience being super stressful matches that you're not winning. You're not gonna want to fucking play anymore. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of attitude you have. And it's just every time I've played in Ludi, my team is broken up, and these have been really tight-knit, long-lasting, awesome teams that have done really well in the past. Tried playing a Ludi season, didn't do well, and we broke up. And it's all that work just down the drain. And that happens to a lot of teams. It's not just me. And a ladder is going to do such a better job at that, because if you don't feel like playing it, you don't have to. That's the thing. Once you start doing bad at Ludi and you don't want to do it anymore, you're forced to keep doing it. It's just bad. It's just, if it has to go absolutely perfectly for you, or it just makes competitive Splatoon just not fun for 3 months because it just takes so damn long. Strange Approach, it sucks that we actually made it through Ludi, because then we had to keep playing it. I don't know. I know that DJ thinks that there's other issues going on, that why the team actually broke up, and while he's true those issues existed, we couldn't work on them, and we couldn't we couldn't work on those issues because everybody was just so demoralized from having to play Ludi and not doing well, that we weren't able to work on issues for 2 months. Everything was going great. And at the very beginning of Ludi, it was great because the practice was good, but then we couldn't play in tournaments anymore. We couldn't I don't know, it's just bad. I'm not gonna rant about it but too much, but I'll never play in one of those leagues again, and I think that an alternative should be provided for the community that benefits low-level teams in the same way that doesn't stress high-level teams. What do we want to play? I know, and I think the alternative is the ladder. I think the ladder is a great idea. I could go C or B. I can go this piece of shit. I don't know what I want to play right now. I don't know. I go this thing. This thing's kind of fun. I haven't played it in a while. Let's try this real quick. Let's see how this feels. We've tried making ranking systems, but it's really hard to maintain. I guess what I should be testing for is I should get onto an empty tank and see how quickly I can get my my wall up. Like if I need a wall now. That ain't too bad. So, yeah, let's try this. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much why BTM stopped doing that stuff. But yeah, like, I think, I also think that tournaments that have the amateur brackets and stuff are really good. Like, I know, like, for some reason, like, a lot of people were like, oh, having amateur brackets in tournaments is horrible because that just teaches lower-level teams that they don't need to perform that well. But, like, lower-level teams like Ludi and flock to Ludi and play Ludi and is successful in Ludi, and Ludi's successful because they go to Ludi to avoid all their tournament matches just being like a soul-crushing soul-crushing stomp that makes them not want to play competitive anymore. Like, go through pools where you have the opportunity to fight the higher level players, and then play through a bracket, give yourself like redemption, chances for redemption that you don't have to fight those players. Like, that's good, but that's going to that's going to, like, you need to like give lower level teams some breathing room to actually like find a little bit of success, because if you only just hammer them down, they're not gonna have fun. Like, you don't want to, like, it's true that, like, you don't want to like compromise the integrity of the scene so that lower level teams can get a participation medal, but providing lower level teams with fair competition, like, is important. Like, higher level teams just stomping on low level teams shouldn't be, like, that's not integrity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you have tournaments with amateur brackets, the higher level teams get their confidence boost from pools, and the lower level teams get their confidence boost from the amateur brackets. And it works out that way. I don't know. I think, like, I think it's a good solution. Oh shit! Damn. Guess that's some of that. And then the carbon kills me from more. Guess that's some of that. Some of that roller not working glitch. Lower level teams. So you talk about that there are teams that have a structure where some of the players want to get better and some of the players don't want to get better, and the players that want to get better are, like, forced into, like, playing with their friends or leaving them for a better team, that kind of thing. Like, I understand that. I don't know if that's Ludi's fault, though, but I totally think that that is an issue that players have to overcome. Aw, come on. The theme of the stream? No, I just think that the floating top-seeded teams pass pools. I don't like that for two reasons. It's going to be the same as Ludi, where, like, if you start doing well, you're punished by only having super difficult matches and you barely win and then your team breaks up and stuff. And also, I think that there's, like, some integrity issues with that. Like, in order to win the tournament, you have to win the fucking tournament. I think that having an amateur bracket is having amateur bracket or amateur brackets is a way better solution, because it provides everybody with even matches where they have to try, and it also it provides everybody with confidence and fairness. Like, the higher level teams go through pools and they win a lot, and then they eventually get to some more difficult matches. Like, as a high-level player, having the tournament start easy and get harder and harder and harder and harder as you go until you either win or you barely don't make it anymore, like, that's a great experience. Like, I don't want that to go away. I don't want, as a high-level player, I don't want that I don't want that climb to go away for, like, a tournament. I don't want it to be where, like, every single match I'm going to play is just going to be difficult and stressful, and I'm never going to have ever to get any confidence boosts or whatever. Like that is, like, I don't want that to go away. Like, as a high-level player, if you give me an option between a tournament that lets me play my matches and one that just makes me fight Chimera and then leave, I'm going to pick the other fucking tournament. Like, why would I do that? Like, that's dumb. That's good for Chimera, because they can just win one match and then be done with the tournament, but I don't want to do that. Like, that's only good for one person. And for amateur brackets, in a pool, it's just, I don't want to do that. Like, pools are fun. It's not going to benefit. That's just shitting on the higher level team. That's shitting on the higher level teams that aren't the best for the sake of everyone else, and I don't like that. And for pools, also don't forget that, like, in pools everybody has to fight each other. So those lower level teams do fight each other. Like, they're gonna get some wins, and then they're gonna get put in a bracket if they want to keep going. Like, there definitely has to be, at a certain point, like, you can't just baby everybody. Like, at a certain point, you definitely have to like, just admit that. Let me try something real quick here. Let's try this out. This seems intriguingly good. Let's just speed and recovery. Yeah, like, it definitely comes to a point where you kind of have to, like, put on the brakes and say, okay, like, we can't, like, pander everything. We can't just pander the scene away to low-level teams, but you can definitely. Oh God, that's so ugly. Like, I think that you can't just, like, oh well, like, this low-level team is gonna lose a match, that they're gonna cry, we need to, like, tear down the walls to help them. Like, you can't. I think that they're going to have to go through pools and take their losses. Like, that process needs to be like, you guys get to play good teams and see how they play, and then when you get into the lower level brackets, you have a chance for, like, redemption or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, they could just get better. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the point isn't to make it so teams don't have to actually try. The point is to make it so that they can have good matches, so that it's just not all a stopping. Like, remember SSS, where everybody signed up and all these low-level teams just got absolutely fucking destroyed by high seeds in the single elimination tournament, and that was their tournament experience? Yeah, so, like, I'm okay with, like, giving them some fair matches against each other, but I'm also not okay with, like, pretty much saying, like, oh, these low-level teams can just be scrubs and never do anything, and they can just win, that's fine. You know, like, that isn't what I want to do. I feel like that NZ's pretty laggy. I just think that the amateur bracket is the solution. It doesn't take away from the integrity of the tournament. It doesn't turn the scene into, like, letting everybody be babies. But it does make the experience important and enjoyable for lower level teams. It allows us to retain lower level players without compromising the integrity of the tournament. Because, like, in larger scenes, they don't do, like, I mean, you're gonna like see what it's like. I don't want to protect the lower level teams from getting 3-0 by the top seed. I just don't want that to be their entire tournament experience. And like, if you think about it, in larger leagues, like college basketball players aren't fucking playing with the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, you do divide the scene into different levels of play. It's just that like we don't have the size to do that. Oh my god. Fucking. Like, I want to try out these Ninja Squid builds, but like if that guy's like, I want to try out these Ninja Squid builds, but like there's like absolutely zero fucking map control, so I can't fucking do it. This guy's going in. Fuck! What the fuck just happened? It's actually working kind of nicely. Well, I'm going to die here, but you saw how I did the bomb rush, and then as the bombs are going off, I just ninja squidded through it, and that's kind of cool, right? But yeah, like, yeah, it's just smaller sample sizes, but like we don't have a large enough community to be able to actually divide everything. And like one of the things that TOs struggle with the most in this game is, oh my god, that sucks. One of the things that TOs struggle with the most in the scene is seeding. Like, that's probably like one of the worst things we do. So it's just like, oh yeah, that shitty job that you guys do at seeding that everybody bitches about every single tournament, let's let the whole scene ride on that. Just do the amateur bracket thing. Like, there's been no problems with the amateur bracket thing. Like, at all. Like, I don't think anybody's complained about it. I don't think that... Ah, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't think that anybody's complained about it. I don't think that there's really been any red flags. Like, why do something controversial like letting teams float when you already have a solution there? I don't know. That's just me, though. They're not going to get scrims yet. Yeah, exactly. And I think that having amateur brackets is... I think that having amateur brackets is the way to... is a good way to do that. It's a good way for majors to do it. And then having like turf war tournaments and focusing on like attracting lower level teams, like that's good too. Like there is like a point where it does come to a point where you can't like protect the lower level teams from how bad they are anymore. And you shouldn't. But you should provide a system that still lets it be a good experience for them. I mean, don't compare the college and NBA too much. I'm just saying that like in bigger competitions, there's like you have to move up step by step by step. But we can't divide players like that. If you try dividing players like that, like we do at Ludi, you have these problems where teams break up because there's no. It's just like you and fucking Chimera. Like, fuck off, have fun. Like that's the way that feels like. And then maybe if Splatoon 2 does get super huge, we can start doing stuff like that. But I don't think that that's like realistic or reliable or like really gives us much more benefit than just having like the amateur brackets. Like it's so much more easy to market like an Inkstorm or something like that. It's like, hey, we're gonna have like amateur brackets too, where you can. Like, the lower level players are going to be, like, provided with, like, like, opportunities to keep playing, even if they just get destroyed by high level teams. Like, it's less intimidating. But we don't stream it, we don't focus on it, you know what I mean? Like, that's for them to enjoy themselves. But the outward appearance of the tournament, how we present it, how we stream it, how we like talk about it and stuff, like that goes towards like the actual bracket, because like you don't really like, you want to give some credit to the people to the teams that do well in the amateur brackets, because that's so good, you know what I mean? Like they deserve, like they kept winning, you know what I mean? They were given a second chance, they did well with it, like that's cool. But you also don't want to like put them up, give them a trophy next to the team that took first place in the high level bracket, because the amateur bracket is like not second place, it's like if like top 16 goes to groups, they came in 17th place, you know what I mean? So it's just you want to like make tournaments fun for lower level teams in some way without like compromising integrity. And I'm gonna repeat myself, but I don't know, I think that the winner of the amateur bracket just wins the amateur bracket. Like they have a better seed now, you know what I mean? Like it's still underneath the seeds of like the top bracket, but it's more for the way. All right, so the way amateur brackets work is you do pools, right? You do pools, and the top teams. Let me pick a weapon. You do pools, and you know you have like top whatever, top 16, top 8, whatever, top 24, whatever your brackets are, and the top of all the pools go to like the high level brackets, and that's what gets casted. That's what the results are and stuff. But all the teams that didn't do as well in pools, you divide them up into groups as well. So like the teams that went like 0-4 and like 1-3, they go into a bracket, and then the teams that went like 2-2 and stuff like that, they go into a bracket. And it's like single elimination or something, or I mean, it doesn't have to be, but you know, you play that out too. All the teams that don't want to leave or whatever, like they play that out too, and they just go through a separate tournament that has been like match made by pool performance. You know what I mean? And you it's a separate tournament within the same tournament. It's just that like the people that make it through pools go to like the actual brackets, and then you have some lower levels of brackets that the teams that did worse go into, so that they can keep playing for a little bit. And what it does is it allows the lower level teams, even if they did really bad in pools and didn't do well, then they have an opportunity to play with teams more of their skill level. And if you can do a good job at having that exist without like I guess like glorifying it or whatever, yeah, it's like it's just that like if you sign up for a Splatoon tournament and you just like fucking get 3-0'd a bunch of games in a row, and then they tell you to go fuck yourself, like you're not gonna want to sign up again. But if you play and you lose in pools, but then you get to keep playing after that, and the matches get more fun, it's like, oh man, like these ones are pretty fun. Like after you're done with the pools thing, and it's not really about proving their stuff. Like I guess like probably to them like it would be, but it's more about. It's more about how do I put it? It's more about why am I having trouble spitting this out? It's more about just letting them actually have fun with the scene and stick around, as opposed to like them having so little fun that they just don't play anymore. Because like, no, it's not a totally separate tournament. That's what you don't want to do, because hey, Sendo, you don't want to just separate all the good players from the bad players, because then that has the problems with Ludi where like all these teams break up. Because like as a high level team, like having the tournament start out easy and get wins and wins and wins, and have it slowly get harder and harder and harder and harder until either you win the whole thing or you finally lose, like that's a good experience. Like I don't, as a high level player, I don't want that to go away. Like that winding up of like difficulty getting harder and harder and harder, like that's awesome. But like the problem is lower level teams, they just get trashed and they're out of the tournament. So it like make it like the opposite for low level teams, where like for the high level teams it starts out easy and then gets hard. Have an alternative experience for lower level teams where it starts off hard, but if they stick with it, it gets easier, and then they do have some fun, so it doesn't put a bad taste in their mouth, so they never play competitive Splatoon anymore. Like that's pretty much like the point of the lower brackets, and I think it works well. And I don't really know what Arcadians are. I know also that those Swiss tournaments are pretty good. It's just that they're not good for online tournaments because there's so many delays in Swiss brackets. And the Swiss brackets are pretty much like you kind of have like a score. Your score goes up if you win and down if you lose, and you play other teams. Every round you play teams that have like similar score to you. And it's sort of like a mini matchmaking ladder where you almost like create like a leaderboard, and towards the end it's just like the teams that are the highest on the leaderboard either play like some finals matches to determine the winner, or it's just that eventually the leaderboard just stops and whoever's got the highest like rank just wins. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what no PR teams means. What is this lobby? These lobbies are like so one-sided this morning. They're one way or the other. Ooh, okay. Bomb did not seem to be anywhere near me, but whatever. I might look up Arcadians later if you're not there anymore, but yeah, I don't know what that means. What do you mean by no ranked teams? It's like if you played in a tournament before, you're not allowed to enter? Is that what that means? So I guess Young Ink is a tournament where, like, I guess it's like your like seed needs to be low enough or something like that. Yeah, you should probably just explain what it is instead of trying to give me examples, because I don't know what your examples are. But I think I know what you're saying now. Like, it's just like a team where, like, it's a tournament where like proven teams aren't allowed to join, and that's cool too. But like they need to happen like separately, and like not that needs to be like every once in a while thing. Like you can draw players into the scene by every once in a while doing like a turf war tournament that's marketed at new players, or a you know, if you've gotten good performances in the past, you're not allowed to join kind of tournaments. Like every once in a while that's good, but like the scene has to be the scene. Like you pull people into the scene, but you don't like destroy it trying to grab new people, because that just dissatisfied the people in the scene. What's going on, Enad? But yeah, I want to go that carbon build again, maybe. Now let's just go something different. I'm kind of on a roll here. Let's try doing this. This is a pretty fun build. Let me do this. This is like weird. It's just different gear than what I'm used to wearing. How long have I been streaming for anyway? A while. Put this up on YouTube. It's just gonna be rants and rants and rants. Yeah, I have some plans to get some content out there that's intended to pull in like new players to the scene. By like, I have like plans to make like a video. It's pretty much the purpose is to take shooter players, maybe a little bit more specifically console shooters or competitive shooter players, but pretty much like have it be like a really short video that pretty much says like, hey, like I'm Hitzel, like I'm a Splatoon like competitive player, streamer, commentator, tournament organizer, etc. And the point of this video is to get you, or to let you know that Splatoon is a good game, it's a good competitive game, and to try to get it on your radar, because Splatoon 2 is coming out soon. And then I will just kind of get like right down to it, like say like here's why I think the game is good. Here's why the game is good and what makes it unique, and I'll talk about like a little bit about the ink mechanics. I'll talk about strafing, you know, like here's why the movement is good, and here's why the aiming is good with like the motion controls and stuff. And then talk a little bit about the meta. It's like, here are like the weapons that you can choose from. Here's why the weapon system and stuff is good, and here's like a real quick 101 snapshot of the meta. And then talk about like the scene a little bit, like, you know, like, hey, so that we're active. We have tournaments. We have tournaments every week. We're active. You know, like, sponsors have shown interest. Nintendo's shown interest because Splat 2, because Splat 1 kind of proved itself. And then talk a little bit about Splat 2. Say that, you know, like, the developers are designing with esports in mind. We have like spectator mode. They're balancing the game and adding new features with to make the game take more skill. So they're they've revisited a lot of existing stuff in Splatoon 1, and a lot of the new mechanics are just like giving weapons more options and stuff like that. And that stuff's all like really cool. And pretty much like the way I want to do it is like for each of these points, I really want to make it well written and boil it down to like a few sentences. You know what I mean? Like for and have some gameplay to reinforce what I'm saying. Not a beginner guide. It's like I want to like have like a heart-to-heart conversation with viewers that play shooters. Like I want the quality players and like the teams from other games and stuff. I want them to know that Splatoon 2 exists, and I just want to get the word out there that it's good. Like I think that I can attract some either attention, like some spectators and stuff to Splatoon 2, and some good players. And like I know, like I've been a part of the shooter community for a long time, so like I know I want to say all the right things, and I want to show all the right gameplay. Like for example, like I don't know, when it comes to movement, doing something along the lines of like, you know, like after explaining like, you know, like swimming and ink and stuff like that, kind of more or less say like show some video of like Taylor like strafing around with 10 attack and just shitting on people, and be like, you know, like firefights in Splatoon are characterized by players like zipping in and out of ink, players like zipping around, dashing back and forth in that ink, trying to dodge each other's aim. It's like it's really skillful mechanically, and there's like a mental game going on, like just like a sentence, like a couple sentences, and then show a little gameplay, let it sink in, and then move on to the next point. It's like the aim's really good because of motion controls, and you know, like explain like you know, there's been a lot of bad motion controls in games, but the motion controls in this game are really good to the point where it's almost as good as mouse and keyboard. The game doesn't need any aim assist, and it's like really skillful, precise, and responsive. It's really unique for a console shooter, which lets the game be a faster pace. Because like players aim can catch up with it. And you know, talk about like the meta. It's like, you know, we have like shooters and have like some close range weapon. Like pretty much like don't go in like these are shooters and these are buckets and stuff like that, but pretty much say like, hey, you know, like you have like slaying weapons, you have long range things like charges and splatlings, you have like close range weapons, and you have like painting support weapons and a bunch of stuff in between. And pretty much say like the meta has this kind of like this like there's like these three branches of team comps where you have like these slaying comps that are characterized by having a sniper and like really strong, stable slaying weapons where the objective is to like kill the enemy team and then push with your specials and stuff. You have these hyper offense teams which don't have like any long range weapons. It's all like close range, super aggressive weapons where the goal is to just get back into the fight as soon as possible and just kind of Zerg rush your way to victory. Without like really using specials as much. And then you have like these paint control comps that focus on dominating the map with like map control and are characterized by bombs and good painting weapons like the long range splatlings and stuff. You know, I maybe even like went too far with that, but pretty much just I want to show gameplay and say good things about the game that like someone who's played competitive shooters before will be able to recognize, like, okay, like this guy's telling me some good stuff. He's making this game look really good. As someone who played like Halo or this shooter or that shooter, like this sounds pretty interesting. Like, and then pretty much tell them like, hey, you know, Splatoon 2's coming out soon. It's gonna have a lot of people. Like, it's a good time to pick it up because people are gonna be, you know, new to the game. You know, talk about like the balance and stuff. I mean, like I'll mention like QR, but I'm not gonna. Like pretty much like what I said, like the hyper offense, like, you know, you have like the really solid, stable slaying comps, you have like the hyper offense like Zerg rush stuff, and you have the the really deliberate like paint control stuff, and like those are the 3 like branches of team comps, and and then you have like some weapons that can like fit into that kind of stuff. Like it's just like that is the way it is. Like I'm not gonna be like quick respawn is a really controversial thing, and hopefully it's getting nerfed. I can like just saying like, hey, there's like a Zerg Rush strategy, there's like a kill based strategy, and then there's like a control based strategy like that. I think that's all you need to hear. And like believe it or not, like people are going to like, if you think about like other games people play, like they're kind of like, there's a lot of people that like the Zerg Rush strategy stuff, so like I just let them know that it's there. Try not to show people like, dude, yeah. It's I mean, it is what it is. Like you can still have people like a picture painted of the game without making it look bad. And also like people are gonna have like fresh perspectives. Like maybe they do want to try like the aggressive stuff. Like there are people that like to be like super aggressive. Like I play Fox in Melee, and being like super aggressive and stuff like that. That Zerg Rush style sounds good for me, kind of thing. Like just because they're not embedded in having the opinion that we have, because the game started out a certain way and slowly changed to another way to make people like want to like rebel against it. Like a lot of people like more like the quick respawn meta. Like I think the quick respawn meta is better than the old like 96 camp Kraken E-leader nobody moves for like 3 minutes at a time meta. Like that's not good. Like the games just, they wind up the way they are. Like whatever the most popular thing is, like people tend to not like it just because it's like it's used all the time and it feels cheap and stuff like that. If it wasn't QR, it'd be something else that people would be bitching about. And that's not like any kind of the point of the video. Like the point of the video is to show out like how the mechanics are good, how the game's good, how it's like really like flexible. It has like a meta, it has a scene. The game mechanics are just great. Also to go in about how go into like maybe I might want to twin. Yeah, I'll just put up a duo. Also, like I want to focus on talking about I want to have like a little bit about like paint control and how like I do want to keep like talking about like painting and just like mentioning it and like showing it, because it's like, every combat action that you take is going to paint the ground, and painting the ground and your team's paint, your team's ink benefits you, and enemy team's ink harms you, because your ink speeds you up. It speeds you up, it heals you, it lets you go into stealth, and gives you all kind of movement and stuff like that, where like enemy like slows you down, enemy ink like slows you down and hurts you and reveals you, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you didn't ask to duo, Frank. But yeah, and then also like when I kind of get done talking about like the base mechanics, talk about like the macro and the team comps and stuff, I also want to talk about how like other like lots of games have like their one thing that like this one like cool strategy that makes it unique. Like fighting games will have like footsies, and like classic shooters have like weapon control, and like a lot of like the tactical shooters will have like buy menus and economies and stuff like that. And other things have like, yeah, we mentioned lands as well when I talk about like tournaments. And like StarCraft has like macro and stuff, and like this game has like ink control, and the like the aspects of like map control are like dictated by like ink control is like everything, because just physically being somewhere does not constitute control of that area. You need to paint it too, and how you paint and how you incorporate getting paint done in combat and how it all meshes together, and how like that version of map control where it's not about timing weapons but about taking territory and taking advantage of what you have done and stuff like that. I think that's something to talk about. Is Bluefin and Mahi zones. I am going to I guess I'll go Zimmy. But yeah, like I do want to talk about how like ink control is kind of like the abstract high level concept in this game, because like lots of high level games, they have that one thing that's talked about, and like this game has that too. Yeah, exactly. And it's like this like map control aspect ties into the movement and the shooting and stuff. So it's like while you're having like these high level one-on-ones and stuff like that, you're also affecting the environment as well. So it's kind of like you have to think several steps ahead about the decisions that you're going to make, because how is it going to affect map control as well as immediately winning your one-on-one. Like if you, instead of just diving in and just going for a trade, if you kind of dance with your opponent and slowly take territory, like that's going to benefit your team too. So it's like, how can you how, like, you know, how are you thinking further ahead than your opponent is to take advantage of stuff like that? Like, I think that's definitely something to talk about. And pretty much the whole thing is to present it well, to make the game look really good, and to... Is there a person up there? I can't tell. And to make it presented really well, and make it presented well, and make the footage really good that makes the game look fast and exciting, and like to someone who's an expert at shooters to like be able to recognize like, hey, this is like some interesting high level stuff, just by looking at it, looking at the movement and stuff, and then also to like say it well, and say it like, I want to like have sentences that are, I want to have like smart sounding, like focused sentences, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to rant on for too long. I want it to be well written. I want to take a long time writing the script so I can like get the points across without like going on for like ever. Oh damn, that sucks. Yeah, fool them into playing. I mean, like that's like, what the fuck is advertising? I don't know if this is the best idea ever, but I'm jumping. Guy behind us, and just get away from that. And that is a retake. From this roller. Oh fuck, he saw me. Alright, good shit, good shit. Nice. Nice. I don't know where the sniper is, and go to that middle bridge. Or to their bridge, sorry. Game's over. There we go. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick because I drank a lot of coffee. I'll be back before the next game starts. I forgot that we have that Carl Sagan emote now. But yeah, I would like to make that video. I've been talking to some people in the kind of like the Halo community about getting it like spread around and stuff like that. I have like Bill Trin follow me on Twitter, so like maybe like he can also like promote it and stuff like that. And I would just like to get a lot of views and get it out there and like do a good job representing, like do a good job convincing people that Splatoon's a good game. And yeah, I don't know, just kind of like do my part. And I also think that we should run a big major tournament with the tournament design to be marketed towards people that don't watch Splatoon or don't watch competitive Splatoon. And have it be like a Splatoon 1 tournament, but like also like do it with like the, hey, you know, Splatoon 2's coming out and it's being designed for tournaments, etc., etc. Not that it's being designed for tournament, but it's being designed with ooh, damn. It's being designed with tournaments in mind. Or just being designed like it. Alright, whatever. I mean, there's been sponsors for tournaments, but nothing realistic. This guy is just gonna dive in. Alright. That was horrible. I'm just gonna blame my my teammates for everything that's going on right now, because there's like no help. And the guy was right next to me. And then he like didn't even go after my bubble. Good, Danny, good. Alright. Watch for jumps. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, good. Alright, everybody's going right, so I'm going to go left and flank around and get what is hopefully behind. Nope. This guy... Wait, hopefully that's a sniper. That is a sniper. I don't really like that. Because all my teammates got apparently killed by one person over on the right side. That's good. But, yeah. There are jump-ins, so I need to just move away. Oh my gosh! I mashed on bubble instant I saw him. Like, what is actually going on over here? I guess they're just stealth jumping in or something. My teammates can't handle him. There's just a fucking blaster that's gonna fly through the air out of nowhere and just one-shot me before I get bubble. We just have a good DC. Everybody died from that. Nobody thought it was smart to back up from the quick respawn. We got control though, so that's good. Oh, come on. And our team's just dying over there too. Yeah, this is like hopeless. Yeah, I don't even care about this one. There's no need for sponsorship. There's needs for sponsorships because, like, sponsorships can like provide prize money. They can bring in viewers. You know what I mean? Like, they can fly people out to lands too. That was just painful because, like, we would kill one of them, and then everybody who just killed the guy would just stand there and just like put their ass up in the air and wait for the dynamo every time. And then I would like fight like 2 people, and then I would die, and then the other 2 people would have just like cleared everybody out. So that was obnoxious. Okay, but yeah. Sponsorships do allow for more quality, and they allow us to actually do stuff. Because if you actually you have to like rejoin me, by the way, Danny, at DC After Games. But yeah, like yeah, like sponsors help in a lot of ways. Like they can like better quality streams, more prize pools, bigger prize pools brings in more people, makes the competition more. Makes the competition fiercer, you know what I mean? Like when we have like these big tournaments like the big Nintendo or like the earlier Inkstorms and stuff that bring in a shitload of people, if we had more of those people would keep playing in these tournaments and get more into the scene. Like having the big stuff does draw people in. And as much as I hate it when like Mullen argues about that kind of stuff where all he like does is compare everything to like League and Overwatch and shit like that, where there's just like millions of fucking dollars being fucking pissed everywhere. It's like stupid to argue about that because it's like, oh no, we just need to be the best and be super popular and everything needs to be perfect, and whatever your solution is to get there, it's bad because you're not there. Like, well, no fucking duh. Like, or like if it's like you're trying to make something better for the players, it's like no, you have to just be bringing in $1 million. You can't improve tournaments or anything like that. Like, as much as like I get annoyed when everyone's like, oh, like it's all about the money and stuff. Like it is true that like attracting sponsors to make prize pools will benefit the scene. That was sketchy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's not me, like, fucking picking on Mullen too much. Mullen, in reality, just likes to argue with everybody, so he'll just pick the opposite side of whatever the conversation is just to argue, but he does definitely value the concept of having sponsors bring it, or just having money brought into the scene and stuff like that, but like, I think like the more realistic things that we can do involve changing player behavior by offering them stuff that gets them to behave in a certain way that benefits the scene. So like for example, I don't think that we should be playing Turf War, and I don't think that we should be like banning game types or anything like that, because if you start doing like that, the resulting player behavior is going to be really fucking bad for the scene. Okay, like that makes sense. And something as providing a ladder instead of providing looty makes it so intermediate to higher level teams don't like disband or feel like have like really stressed schedules and stop playing. Doing things like amateur brackets, like the player behavior is that like the lower level teams are going to be able to experience more fair games and stick around longer. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And like that's the kind of stuff that's totally in our control, because as like the tournament organizers, like that's what we do. We organize the tournaments. So if we organize the tournaments in a way that benefits the scene more because of the way people are going to naturally behave, it's going to be good for us. Like the way Splatoon is organized changes that kind of stuff, because there's no turf war, there's no competitive turf war mode in the game. You can't party up with friends in practice. You can't take turf war seriously. There's no rank and stuff like that. And because turf war, because competitive turf war is locked behind a veil of non-accessibility, because it's not offered to you, people don't do it. That's why turf war is a bad idea, because people don't do it. So doing it is like this big like change in the way everybody does stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's why like banning maps and stuff like that would be bad, because it would like change the way that the people want to do things a certain way, and then you like knock like fucking chop the legs off from underneath them, and everything comes crashing down. Yeah, I don't like looty at all either. Like it's not a bad idea. It's just a good, yeah, exactly. Loot is a good idea, but bad in practice. And it's good for lower level teams, and that makes it super fucking popular. It means that it's hard to make it go away. But a ladder would be way more beneficial, because a ladder means that you can get on and play these high level matches whenever you want to, but you're not forced to do it to the point where your team's going to disband when things don't go well for you. Ooh, nice kill. Pretty sketchy to be painting from here with that sniper right in the perfect spot to counter me, but I'm almost at bubble, which we're about to go take advantage of. His friend just got fucking duffed. You're gonna do that? I'm gonna do this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah, damn, I was so close to bubble. Yeah, the scene does need stable teams and consistent prizes. And that's why sponsors are good. But also, like, drawing in sponsors isn't really under our control. Like that's more about the popularity of Splatoon as a whole. And there are like and about us just doing our job to reach out to sponsors and try to bring them in and work to bring them in. But like that's not like that has nothing really to do with like settings and stuff like that. Ah, damn it. Sniper. Good shot. He has a Kraken now too, it's a little scary. I think Danny has bubble though. I'm gonna trust Danny has bubble, I'm gonna jump to him. couldn't. I was hoping that he would either not be able to shoot me or have someone come up behind him. Blow his teammates there. But alright, I think I can just run the zone and help take this. What's this nozzle nose doing? Where's he at? Just need the paint. Nice. I don't know where that guy is. Nice. Guy's cracking. Guy behind us. Oh, we didn't have the lead? What the fuck? I thought we had the lead that whole time. Fuck. Nice. Jump to this beacon. Nice. Whew. That game was a little sketchy. Because I didn't realize we didn't have the lead. I thought we had the lead the whole time. Or at least like the last like minute or two of the game. That was a good one. That's fun. Yeah, Sniper was good. But yeah, I think that providing a really good competitive like it just fucking sucks that Ludi isn't gonna go away. It really does, because I would predict that self jump easy. Because I think Ludi needs to just go away completely and be replaced by a ladder and by tournaments that provide for lower level players. That way everybody's doing the same thing. Like, it's just Ludi is just going to break up more teams, and I just really wish that the Ludi staff would focus on tournaments and help with the ladder. And I hope that they would just take their passion and take it the stuff that helps the community, because Ludi's just bad. Like, it's not that they do a bad job or like they're not good workers or they're not accomplishing stuff. Like, they're accomplishing stuff. It's just that, like, it's like, oh man, we're doing such a great job. Like, we made like this big factory and we make all this money and we're so successful and we're like helping out the town near us and stuff. It's great, but it's like, oh, but you're polluting the atmosphere and we're all gonna fucking die or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that kind of thing. It's like, oh man, this has like unintended consequences where the entire concept of what you're doing is bad. Like, you have to take that and move, like, change the industry, like, go somewhere else. Like, that's what Ludi is. They're doing a good job. They're good TOs. It's just that the tournament that they're providing. Please kill that guy. Good. Oh, fuck. I feel like this is going to be a rough one. Teammates just stealth jumping in to see if enemy ink. That's not good. Well, it's good to let it go to 60 and then push. Keeps players from joining teams, yeah. Ah, fuck. Damn it. That sucks. Losing all this QR stealth jump. Can't call out. Teammates are. Well, I mean, I'm not going to join a low division team either. Yeah, like, the team needs to prove itself before I'm going to join it. That's going to happen no matter what. Like, why would I join a C division team? Unless they prove otherwise. That, like... But I mean, that's true, but at the same time, it's like, I'm going to look for individual players. Like, if this is good... Like, I could pick some good players or something like that. God, that one fucking sucked. Like, I can try to find good players from, like, certain teams. Like, you have a lot of potential stuff, but I'm not gonna, like, I'm just gonna go find a C division team to join. Like, no, like, those teams are characterized by people that don't have the work ethic to do well, and then think that that's a good thing. Like, that kind of shit, like, from before, where it's, like, didn't coordinate bubbles well at all. Yeah, it was, like, every time I tried to do something, I just fucking got destroyed, and then stealth jumps came in and destroyed everything else. Try splatter shot. But yeah, like, people do have, like, a fucking, what's that, like, fucking millennials or whatever, where, yeah, I should have been sticking near you more, Danny. But it's like millennials or whatever, where they just expect to have everything handed to them and want to get a first place trophy for participating, all that kind of stuff. Like, sorry, but like lower level teams are just like fucking plagued by that kind of stuff, and they have to do something to prove to me otherwise that they're not like that. Like when like lower level teams are having trouble improvement, it's like shut the fuck up and like improve. Like it's all on you or whatever. It's like, no, it's not all on me. Like I deserve to have the circumstances different so I can be good. Like I wish if I just had the experience and did well at high level that you guys did, then I could do it too. It's like, yeah, then fucking do it. Like we were only good because we put in a lot of work. Like there's some people that are just truly just like really fucking naturally talented and don't have to put in the work. Like that's true, that happens. But for the most part, people are good because they put in the effort and they have the good work ethic and stuff like that. Like, when's the last time you heard about a C Division team, like, actually, like, doing real scrims? And, like, grinding out maps and, like, sitting down with other teams to improve and stuff like that. You don't. You want to know why? Because once they start doing that, they're not low-level teams anymore. Like, they improve. And, like, it barely happens. Because by this point, everybody who's good and who's bad is good and bad for, like, a reason. Fuck. Oh, I got stuck in ink there. That sucks. Because I saw him coming and I went to try to move. Okay, moved. This guy's gonna rush me. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Attack just runs in a straight line. Didn't have the best positioning for it. Fuck. I gotta stop going left when my teammates aren't doing anything to contribute towards that being a good idea. I just jumped there, but like now it's a good idea, but we keep going left and like expecting teammates to come do something smart with me, and they're just all going to snipe and not helping. This Tentek's just gonna run a straight line. Yeah. And got punished that time. Like I just threw all his suction bombs in the same exact spot. It was not very good. Get some map control. Get bomb rush now. Yeah, okay, so let's go back here. That Tentek can't just fucking face roll. There we go. gets a trophy and it ends. Yeah. Very people are actually good. Yeah, like there are people that have had a lot of experience with competitive games that have like an edge, but like the truth of it, like people that like are like me that are like fucking like 20-something years old that have played competitive games in the past, guess who fucking beats us? The fucking 17-year-olds that just play a lot. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have a lot of experience. They just fucking try really hard and get really into it and get really good. Like, that's all you need to do. Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying, Frank. That there was a lot of that where there have been teams that would work well together, work well together. They do poorly. Like, they do poorly in, like, 2 tournaments, and then they just like, oh, well, I'm better than all my teammates, and I'm just going to leave and join a better team. And, like, every once in a while, it's like, yeah, maybe, like, the star player was better, and he's going to do well if he just gets on a team with Dude or some shit. And a bunch of, like, really good players. Like, yeah, he'll be more successful there, but, like, the other team can also keep improving and stuff. It's just that, like, when people just abandon the team whenever it's not going well now, like, you need to make that climb. And I'm sure that happens a lot at lower levels too, where like there's a group of friends where they're all trying to play well, but it's not happening as fast as they want it to, and like one person just abandons a team and goes and joins a better team just to like get rich quick now kind of thing going on. But I also think a lot of lower level teams don't have the work ethic, and the people that leave those teams are leaving because the team is trying to get better, because they don't have faith in the team's ability to get better, as opposed to dang, everybody just died. I do look like Little Dicky. Yeah, I do. I'm just gonna start going right as a rule of thumb because nobody's been going left at me. One nice thing about the Burst Rush is that you can't crack it and swim around it to stop it from working. Damn. So I'm behind Danny. CRB is going to come up and start shooting. Wow, we actually got control of the zone. Why is it that we get control of the zone the one time I'm not bomb rushing it? Damn. Good lord. These games are brutal, man. Like, what is... Team's just like made out of paper. Alright, at least someone painted the zone during that. That was my fault for not knowing that stealth jump could happen. Nice kill. What do I have to do differently? Because I'm trying to get map control and paint. And I'm trying to control what I think we need to control, and it's just... my teammates just fucking die. All the fucking time, so like, how do I protect these guys? Maybe that's what I gotta try doing. I don't even know where that guy went. Fuck. Did that guy die? Trade. These guys just need to be fucking punished right now, like a grenade or something. Is hold zone good? No. Nope. Damn. I miss the old burst bomb sometimes because I could have gotten away with that, but I think that guy. I'm also still not entirely convinced that that sprinkler thing, that ink cloud thing that we saw wasn't a sprinkler. Or wasn't a sprinkler replacement, because it really wasn't pinning the map that much, it really didn't seem that big, and we only got to see it for like a second, so we have no idea how long it lasts. Like, if you just throw the ink cloud, and it just like, for a second, then goes away, and uses up a lot of your ink, like, that's sub-weapon worthy. I think that's totally, like, it's totally possible that that's a sub-weapon. It's just like, it seems like whenever I mention that, everybody's like, that's fucking impossible. I don't know why we lost that so badly. Like, I was doing everything I could. They had quick respawn, but the quick respawn wasn't anything about it. It was just like we couldn't hold zone. Like, I was just like bomb rushing zone. All someone had to do was paint it just a little bit. The QR wasn't helping them, though. I got surprised by QR like once. Maybe our teammates were, I don't know. But it wasn't constant pressure on the zone. They did not constantly pressure the zone. It was just every time they tried painting the zone, like, our team just didn't do anything about it. Yeah, I was painting the zone most of the game. I bomb rushed it like a bunch of times. It was just our team wasn't... They weren't... I felt like our teammates weren't doing anything to help at all. You were being pressured, though, I suppose. It was just every time I like saw my teammates or watching something, turn my back to them, they'd be dead. Like, that Tenatech would always just run past everybody or something. I don't know. We got that this time. They got splatter scope and a hydra. Okay, so I guess I'm on Pester, the long range weapons duty. Oh, he's dead. Damn. Just jump by 3 people. And our team's just gonna wipe. Okay, well. We just need to hold on until it gets to 60 and not try to push until then. I want to get Bomb Rush to do something about the Hydra and or Splatter Scope. Nice. Fuck. There. I got marked, but Nice. Well, ended up winning it, so. Nah, I knew he was a vanilla blaster. Should I go swim with QR? What did you do? It turned around real quick, so I'm assuming that's what it was. I could go Vanilla Blaster, but I don't know. I think I'm actually, you know, I'm pretty fucking hungry. I think I'm gonna play one more and then I'll end it. I've been streaming for like 3 hours. Oh, that's funny. See here. Let's just go ahead and do this. This has been this weapon's been pretty kind to me as of late. Got the stealth jump. I don't know. This weapon's just good, man. Really good, and I think has a lot of potential in Splat 2. Bubbling your dynamo and paint and everything. Good. Yeah, I'm starting to play a little shitty. Call of Duty and Melly. Can't forget Melly. Alright. Let's make this one fun. Splashes on both teams. Nice. Oh man, I thought that guy was dead. That was dumb on me. Then he kills her teammate. I'm actually gonna go left then. Okay. Damn. So that guy's not going to get much done over there. If we just knock him out right here, I think I'll play one more just because it's a little underwhelming. A little unsatisfying. That. Yeah, I'll play one more. One more. I'm actually going to do the double bomb build. I think double bomb will be better. How do I like... I got something to show Tic Tac. I'll just figure it out after this. So yeah, let's get rid of the QR. Alright, let's get to the stealth jump and go with the double bomb. I think double bomb's going to be better for this rotation. Did I play this in a different rotation? I got on streaming the other day. It was fun. What's going on, Austin? Yeah, I think this same build was one I was using when I streamed the other day, and I had a bunch of really fun games with it. How was the test? I didn't take the test yet. I just had the study this morning because my sister had to take the book back early this morning because she had to give the book back before it was time for the test for some reason, or she wouldn't be able to graduate, so. How the fuck did you even know I was here? So 2 splashes. Oh my god, we have 2 splashes. Okay. Well, this should be interesting. Oh boy. Take pics of the pages. I did. I did take pics of the pages. That whole class was just so fucking dumb. Ah, damn. I got the dynamo, though. So I'm over here. The team's over there. Wait until it gets to 60 before I do anything. I bomb rush now? Well, that's good. Oh, damn. Okay. Your last day as a free man? What's happening after this? Your, semester's ending? Ooh, shit. The dynamo got me, huh? Oh, you have to sign your soul away to Nintendo. That whole fucking situation's so funny. Team's going this way, so I will too. Run. Run. Real far. Alright, yeah, I'm very dead. I should have just kept going. So you think I learned my lesson about going left by myself, but fuck you. Alright. Oh god. Oh god, what am I doing? Fuck. Oh god. That sucked. That was like very confusing. Suction Bomb Rush is awesome. I mean, if Suction Bomb Rush was on a slightly different weapon, it would be too... Ah, fucking Christ. Alright, have to go for the risky stealth jump. Nope. Ah, man. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go get food because I'm hungry as shit. Yeah, how the hell do I get these fucking... Like, Twitter tries to stop you from being able to get to the stuff on their website. Like, they have, like, this GIF, and it's on a private Twitter account, apparently. And I want to show it to somebody, but I can't, like, download it. Whatever. I'll figure it out. But yeah. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. Pretty tired. And I will see you guys later. So, yeah. Peace. GG's Danny.